Welcome back, everybody. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm here. You guys aren't here. No, because nobody's talking. Nope. It is broken. I tell you, I updated my drivers for my headset this week, and everything went crazy. Oh, yeah. Now you guys have audio again. Hi, everybody.
Hey. Hello.
Good to see you. Welcome back, everyone, for another week of the Queen's Frost Crown out here on Cyorion Chronicles. Okay, now I don't want to hi Mom because she's at Virginia Beach. That's not nice. She's on the beach enjoying the sun and
lucky.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Give a begrudging hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
I'm not mad at Mom for going and having a nice vacation.
I want you all the way to Virginia Beach. I didn't think you would.
Yay. Sarah's happy. The rest of us are just like, the beach. It'd be so much fun right now.
It's just the whole theme of this week is being jealous at each other for being on trips.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of fun trips going on. So welcome back for another week. This week I am going to let everybody intro themselves as I do a couple things here because I want to show off some stuff. So we'll start with Josh, and we're gonna go popcorn this week. So Josh, you have to popcorn to somebody else.
My favorite. Hi, I'm Josh. I play Jaeger Hellstrom, Alchemist Gunslinger Human. I don't know if there's anything else they were introing, but that's me. I will popcorn it back. Telephone. I'll popcorn it to Magic.
Well, thank
Center.
you, Jaeger. And I'm Magic. And I play Torak, the half-orc Wave Shadow Monk. And I will popcorn it to David.
Thank you, Magic. I am David, and I play Botrin, the Human Witch, and I will popcorn it over to Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Maximiel, the Tiefling Sorcerer, and I am experiencing some technical difficulties right now, so I may vanish. I apologize.
So as you popcorn around
and
too,
I'm popcorning it to Zach.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. I'm Zach. I played Dorian the Dragonborn Barbarian, and for once I'm not picked last. This isn't like sports in school. And I will go ahead and popcorn it to Nate.
I'm last. Oh no. Hi, I'm Nate. I play Soren, the half-elf blade singer rogue.
Perfect.
And
our DM is
the black screen that was our DM.
He is here in a moment, but we're going to recap before he comes back. Got to stall a little bit. So last time, our intrepid heroes, as they say, even though I'm probably not allowed to say that because of other stream things happening out there. The gang, our Midnight Parliament, vanquished a giant mean baddie in a realm unknown and led us back into this temple, through the temple and back into the, I don't even know what it was called. Traveling City? Sure.
The Church of, Ijun.
Ijun. Yeah.
The Church of Ijun. Yes.
Yeah, going back through the desert and leading us all the way to Rosita, hopefully. In our travels in the city, we stumbled upon some information that was held secret that Jaeger knew kind of about, but didn't get access to, and the rest of the party seems to want access to the restricted section of this library they hold. Well, in terms of balance, the Ijun always asks for a lot, and wants you to give out a little bit more because it seems like their information is a little bit more powerful than we think. So, in that, a trade was going to be struck, attempted to be struck, between Maximiel and Ijun, and a lot of tension ensued. I think to name a few things that happened, Soren dropped a mic, and we saw some sweet concept art of...
Oh, so great. I love that.
Not my child. And kind of backslapped the keeper there. Jaeger also threatening the life of this individual if Maximiel even attempted to drink that cup. Seeming as the whole party was backing Maximil there, not joining this cult. Just for some knowledge, we then had some bargaining chips available. A map that was transcribed on our fellow Botran using Spackle, the magical, scary individual child. Now I don't know how far we got and how that's going to work, but apparently, Botran, you might have a magical map leading you through the ley lines of the map that we have in our possession. So
That sounds sweet.
yeah, super sweet, because it also tracks individuals in our party. So that's kind of cool as well. So hopefully that all worked out. We'll get to Ben here as he comes back, but
Ben's gonna fight people.
Uh-oh.
No. Joy.
When and where? Let's roll
Nothing.
up. Come on, let's do it.
No, we're not gonna fight my wife.
What?
That took a
you
turn I was
sure?
not expecting.
No.
I have been cataloging her weaknesses and strengths.
my
should the time come.
loving wife who is calling me to do things as we click start button promptly at 4:30. Do you have time to? I guess I do.
Happy wife, happy life.
It's okay as long as everybody's sorted out there. I think we're good to go. Thank you for jumping on quickly and doing a recap. But I wanted to. I'm sending a couple things out here really quick. I know Sam is in chat, so if you're not a part of our Twitch or our Discord, you should totally come in there because we have Sarah. Do you mind if I share your art on stream?
Sure.
Just the slow sinking.
It's so cool.
It
You have
is.
to share.
Because
It
you have
is
to come
great.
and check
It
out,
is.
like we have a fantastic art share channel where we're getting some of this awesome recap art from between the various weeks of people doing sketches. Like this way, a fantastic one from our very own Sarah as we were doing push-up contest last week, which was
so good.
perfect. It was perfect.
The speech bubbles kill me.
Wizard stuff theories, blah blah, and then Max is just relaxing with her arcane knowledge. Love it.
Sorcery, arcane knowledge.
Love to see it. We have other ones in there too, and I just realized that as I was about to click share and send them out, I was like, I should totally show these off. And then I was like, probably ask the artist before I share their stuff on stream. So, anyways, you should totally hang out in our Discord and see all the fantastic art that's been coming through from everybody. We love to see it. I know everybody did their intros. So hi, I'm Ben, BM the DM. You can find me on Twitter doing Twitter things, and occasionally on Twitch doing Twitch things right here. I don't know. No, now my whole time's thrown off. We're just done. We're done.
It's all good. We
Hope you guys
recapped.
enjoyed D&D. That's it.
We won, guys.
Done forever.
You guys won
did.
One
D&D.
D&D.
Yeah, so that's where we left off last week. Those things that they said so eloquently, that they recapped with such vigor and aplomb, because I was here for all of it. And really, we're picking up right where we kind of left off, hanging out in the Cathedral of Ijun and trying to make our way back north. You guys have a couple days of travel, so it's really up to you if you want to rest and relax or try to do some more research, get into more shenanigans in the temple, or if you guys are pretty much just done with these snake people. So I will really quickly, did you guys go through Botran's pin that we put in something for Botran?
Yeah, I have a question. How big is it? How large? What kind of an area does it cover? Because
Real estate.
yeah,
Is that right?
I mean, if it takes up my entire the upper part of his back, I'm fine with that. I mean, that's not a problem.
So this was the
Botran, take off your shirt. We gotta look at the map.
Back of your
I think
Ben
what we
said
were
the
going
back of
for
your
was
hand.
the back of your hand would have basically
Right.
turned into a some sort of little GPS device, essentially, that was tracking specifically what you guys attracted to last time was ley line locations, is what you're aware of. Tracking you, yeah, because the map did show in proximity to where it was. I think I heard tracking party members there. I want to clarify that there's not anything on the map, I don't think, that like indicates individual people.
It indicates the 3 people who did the ritual.
That's right. Those of you that did the spell are involved and magically tied to it, but it's not. There's not one for Doran. There's not one for Turok. But those of you that cast the spell, are a part of it.
And there's some sort of a magical tentacle, right? That's attached.
Yeah, some sort of ghost tentacle that's
Is
like attached
Batron
to
just
it.
going to be holding this tentacle's hand now from now on?
That's Spackle.
So, Batron, yes, you could fit it on the back of your hand, and be able to consult it if you cast the spell and activate it. And basically, you could transfer this knowledge to one of your tattoos.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Cool.
I agree.
All right. So you, with the help of Spackle, and this is also going to require the help of Maximiel and Soren to get it done. You guys are able to properly instruct Spackle over the course of one of the 3 days in here. This takes a while to get the incantation put in properly, but you guys are able to get this built in to Batron, and although it's not active right now because it's tattooed on, the incantation's there. You need to cast the spell with a specific reagent, which, do you have any left? Any?
No.
Yeah. So it's not active, but Soren is confident that it works because I believe the pin in this happened before you were turning on See Invisible Lily.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
We do have blood of dragons.
True. We have.
That's an interesting point. That was one of the things we were trying to figure out, if we could use that for that ritual.
I think that was one of the things we confirmed, wasn't it? We confirmed that the blood would work and that we are tied together by that blood. We just don't know where that blood originated from.
Well,
Right.
I don't think we confirmed that it would work. We confirmed that it was blood of a dragon.
It was blood of a dragon.
But we don't know how old this dragon is.
Right.
Right.
We don't know if
And
That's true.
that is particularly important because it
Yeah.
requires blood of an ancient dragon
Ancient dragon.
specifically.
How much blood?
Yeah. Well, we
Because
saw
I don't have that much.
the Witch Queen do it. How much did she use?
And how did she just have ancient dragon blood lying around?
She killed
Excellent
one.
question.
No, I mean, you could talk to Batron about that. Well, no, wait. Did you watch? You watched the Alma perform the ritual?
Just
No. The
Yeah, you
Baba
watched.
Yaga.
You watched.
Yaga.
Yeah, you watched Baba Yaga do it. So she had a vial of it, about 2 ounces, and it used all of it.
Okay. All right.
So
It's not like a gallon or whatever.
Pin wise, based on where this little retcon is taking place, you spend that first day kind of like resting, relaxing, helping Batron with the tattoo. You guys go through your shenanigans, and you're not sure if it works yet because you're not sure. You don't have the dragon's blood yet, but Soren does confirm it when Soren is like, "Ooh, tentacle thing is going to Maximiel's backpack," and then very soon after sees Batron essentially holding ghost hands with this tentacle.
Does the map go away?
No, still works. And Batron, specifically today, when you wake up, I did want to let you know, one of the first things you kind of wake up to this morning, since you were not here last week, but you're here this week, you have felt a little bit of extra weight on your pack, kind of since you came back here. And this morning when you wake up, the first thing you smell is fresh, herbaceous, lemony jasmine rice, some dish that's been cooked this morning. And it's very pungent, and that smell just kind of lingers with you. And then as you're rolling over to get ready for the day, there's a witch light like playing in your bag.
I attempt to communicate with it.
It kind of flutters at you and dives back into your bag. Actually, dives to wherever you have that big sand dollar size coin stashed at. So if that's a pocket or a bag, that's where it goes.
In the bag.
Yeah. So it jumps into the bag.
And nobody else knows about this, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody else that happens to be there that morning as Doran's working out or something that second day, just sees you rifling through your bag.
Okay.
Can't see the witch lights.
I was gonna say, we can't see them, can we?
Nope.
Okay.
I know Jaeger definitely can't, because I was there when he grabbed the coin.
All right.
So, what are you doing, Batran, with that information?
To see if I have anything I can use to try to commune with or communicate with.
Well, your bag is glowing. It talked to you and it just hopped into your bag now. And it's just playing inside of your bag. It's not being destructive, but it is rummaging around.
Well, I'm going to. I'm in a space by myself, in a room by myself.
This is the common room you guys shared together last time you were in the temple, the Cathedral of Ijun, that moving kind of alabaster white cathedral through the desert. Just a few buildings, but it is like a bunkhouse. Like I say, there's 8 beds in here that are stacked in bunks across the center of the room, and you guys are currently the only ones occupying it. And I would say Doran and potentially Turok may be the only ones in here with their robust morning workout routines.
I'm going to take everything out of my backpack and place it on the bed.
Okay.
Just lining it up on the bed to see exactly what the light is going to be attracted to, or if it's just...
Absolutely. Really quick, I know you asked me before we started, and no, Batran was not leveled up properly, so I need you to do me a favor. And just, do you want to take average hit points, or do you want to roll for them?
Average is fine.
Okay,
That's
so
fine.
I will do that for you in the background as we're playing here and getting ready for... but as you're taking things out of the bag, you've got your various things that you're lining out, all the many things that you have. You take your blowgun needles out and your coins that are maybe loose in there, but Batran travels super light because the only other thing you have is that blank silver coin, which as soon as you pull that out, the witch light kind of twinkles along and follows it. It's got a very wind chime and wood whistle kind of sound to it as it floats through the air.
And if I hold the coin in my hand, it's just going to dance on top of the coin. Is that correct?
It follows it. Yep. And you see that it's no longer blank. There's now a design inscribed on it.
I examine the design.
There is, on the face of it now, on one side is a very bright star. But on the reverse side is a candelabra with 3 candlesticks, and it's flanked on either side by a crescent moon with the cutout facing in to the middle. And I need you to roll me a religion check. If you would please just go ahead and announce that when you do that.
13, 15.
Okay. So you, with a 15, your DC was 14, recognize this. This is the symbol of the goddess Caritas, who's most commonly known as the god of dreams. And it's a relatively old goddess. She's worshipped sporadically, but she does have close relation to witchcraft and the witch lights in that domain. So probably people back in your old village may have worshipped her. But it's definitely somebody you recognize. So, what would you like to do there, Batron?
Well, I placed everything else back into my pack. All the while attempting to continue to communicate with the light in all of the language that I speak, or and I try to get Spackle to help. I try to get.
Once you recognize the symbol, that kind of dawns on you who it is. You kind of think back, imagine who it may have been, and it clicks for you. You kind of look up to the witch light, expecting a response now that you understand, you remember, and it just kind of vanishes in front of you. Almost as soon as you recognize that this belongs to Caritas, it goes away. And Spackle just kind of looks at you and goes,
well, knowing that stuff like this doesn't just happen. I mean, there's always a reason for stuff like this. Again, I mark this on my skin as a record. So on one of my ankles, on one side of one of my ankles, I put the star from the coin, and on the other side of my ankle, I have Spackle do the candelabra with the double moon, just to mark the record of it.
What exactly is Batron thinking? Is it just to mark the event, the record, or is it something that strikes
Not
you
really.
as important to, like, the witch lights and who you are as a person? That
Yes,
you're
it's a way
this?
it's a way to honor the path of the witch, the supernatural element of it, the just paying honor to the powers that be. That's the main reason for doing the tattoo, as well as just marking the record of my passage through life or whatever. Batron is still hoping at one point to get back to where he started. I mean, he had 30 years of his life robbed from him by being transported, so he's,
It's really interesting that you would mark yourself with the symbol of a god. And Doran and Tarak, you watch as this new tattoo takes place. Batron sitting there having Spackle etch this onto them as if nothing strange is occurring. And as soon as Batron has Spackle complete the tattoo, Batron falls asleep. And Batron, you enter a lucid waking dream, as a lot of these other people have discussed, talking about things that they've seen in their dreams. They're discussed pulling on threads and reaching out to Brundoinim and communicating with them, but there are no threads around you. There is nothing substantial around you to sit on, to stand on. You just appear to be existing in a strange, hazy blue and yellowish landscape. You think to yourself for a moment, and pretty quickly it occurs to you that this is the dreamscape. This is where the mind and the soul wanders to when it exists on a higher plane beyond our mortal realm of physical understanding, and your very soul kind of reaches out to the ether and gets engaged in fantasy and dreams and all the hidden patterns therein. And you find yourself floating out in this large nothing and just this mixture of hazy colors for a moment. And in the distance, you see 3 lights floating. Now, 2 slightly lower than the center one, just kind of floating hazily in the distance. They're not moving. What would you like to do, Vatran?
I swim towards them through the air, through the ether, just directing myself towards them. Opening my mind, opening my heart, just sort of like living the experience of what's happened.
You start to swim through this place. That overwhelming smell that hit you when you woke up, that herbaceous, lemony jasmine rice that had been cooked that morning, really starts to fill this place. And you don't feel anything as you kind of swim through nothing, but you feel yourself propelling forward. So you're not cutting through thick, soupy water or anything like that. You just start swimming through the air, encouraging yourself to move in that direction, and the act of moving your arms forward propels you. After a brief moment, the 3 lights come into focus, and you see them sitting behind a large pillowy chair. And you can see that at the top where those lights are, it is a candelabra with 3 lights. And flanking it in the distance, you can see a crescent blue and a crescent red moon on either side of this candelabra. And sitting lazily in the chair is the form of a large, very large as in tall. Like this person is 20 to 25 feet tall. And she's laid back in a robe. There's a cup of tea next to her, and she's lazily has her head just kind of lolled off the side of this chair and is playing with this long brown hair that's spilling out. And then you see it kind of vanish into the floor around her as she's just kind of lackadaisically playing with her hair and looking into nothing above her. As you approach, she kind of rosemary and lemon and rice, and she sits up, turns over, and that's a surprise. Vatran, hello.
And I ask her, am I dreaming you, or are you dreaming me?
All who enter here are dreaming in some fashion or another, but I am caretaker of this domain.
I believe one of your messengers has been following me.
No, that wasn't a message. That was, I would say, you might call it circumstance or serendipity, but it is an offer to which you have very graciously accepted. I see you've attached my symbol to your body.
I have.
Do you know much of who I am or why you would wish to serve the goddess of dreams?
I am a seeker of answers. I look for your answers and hope they will serve me.
Vatran, I don't know if I can help you find answers. You lost something important a long time ago. Something that Bryndoinham pined for you to find, and I heard her wishes in her dreams. And those answers that she so badly wanted you to have. But I don't think that you need answers as much. On the contrary, I think that you are exactly the kind of person that has the ability to provide those answers in some strange, cryptic way to others. That coin was not a way of monitoring you, perchance, or a way of keeping tabs on you, but more or less it was a... let's call it a job offer. I'm very interested in you, Botrin. And for you to commit yourself so wholly to this path that without knowing who I am or what I represent or what the job really is. It's very intriguing. I did not expect you here for some time. I would say this. Keep an open mind at all times. Continue to look for your answers, and should others seek answers from you, provide to them what you see fit. And perhaps I'll be here to help you. But dreams are fleeting, Botrin, as are the wild ideas that people pull from them. So I hope that we can entertain each other for some time, and that this might be fortuitous to both of us.
I accept. And if I am able to visit, I will attempt to do so.
Okay. So with that, Botrin, and I was not ready for this. This was unique. Thank you, Botrin. There is an option for you, Botrin, at this point, and we can discuss this a little bit more offline if you would like. But you have the opportunity to enter into a pact with this creature and continue to follow their lead. This would replace your last level up, and instead you would take a level of Warlock, or you have the option to take one at the next level and follow Caritas, the goddess of dreams, on this strange journey that you have opened the gate for by tattooing yourself the moment you find this symbol.
That sounds very inviting. To become a witch warlock. Yeah, we'll have to discuss that.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm very in the yes column.
Okay.
That direction.
Very well. So, after like both of you, Tarak and Doran, doesn't seem strange. Botrin doesn't get woozy or anything. Botrin just kind of lays back down and goes back to sleep. And then a couple minutes later, Botrin, after this discussion ends, and she holds out what looks like just a long wand and offers it to you at the closure of that "if you would like to follow me" conversation, as if, to accept the wand is to accept your fate with this deity that you have very passing knowledge of, and if you accept that, you just kind of wake up and you can feel this ethereal wand in your hand as you wake up, but physically it doesn't exist.
Okay.
And you can place it down as an object. You always know where it is, and that is where, once we sort out the warlock details, because god dang, Botrin, throw me for a huge loop in the first 10 minutes of the stream today. Yeah, you enter to a pact with Caritas, the goddess of dreams.
Nice.
Interesting.
Then after a moment, Doran and Tarak, the two of you, just kind of see Botrin wake up and kind of playing with something in their hand, and Botrin was asleep for maybe 45 seconds to a minute.
Brethren, if you're having trouble staying awake, may I recommend you go get some tea or something?
I'm fine.
Oh,
I'm fine.
well,
All
some
is well.
physical exercise helps too. would you like to join Domin and me? We could include you in our morning routine.
I shall consider it.
Oh, good, good. You should.
All right, back to work. 210, 211, 212.
So yeah, after that kind of little retcon pin there, the question kind of goes out to the group. Soren, last time you spoke to Nashu yesterday, it was tense. It's really a little tense, and there was a lot of concern from everybody around you. And Maximil, you had an opportunity you decided to pass on, which may or may not be to your benefit. However, it is up to the group now. If there's anything else you want to do within the Cathedral of Ajun as it travels across the desert of Ashahoya to catch up to the city of Rosita, which by way of Rosita, you would make your way to the one floating city, Najem Bin, as it kind of moves around the Khamsayed Strait over to Basat. So you have a clear path ahead of you, and you have an opportunity to make your way to Basat finally, having completed this small act of balance, as they called it. But if you guys have no desire to interact with these people any longer, they will leave you to your devices to allow you time to relax and research and just enjoy some much needed R&R on your way to Rosita.
I don't trust the snake people, so I'm going to stay glued to Max for the day, make sure nobody tries to slip or anything. Or, like, corner her or anything like that, because,
Max is given a respectful distance.
Good.
Frankly. She declined their offer, and it is not apparently in their nature to press somebody.
So, after the, after workout routine, Tarak is going to kind of just sit next to Doran as we're maybe getting something to eat. So I know what you read yesterday. Upset you a great deal. I didn't want to push it more, this information about Yax Vilthis and clearly getting into Valiax's court. This area, courts, things like that are not my domain. This is much more in Maximil's area. But do you have any knowledge of what that might mean? What could be the reason for that?
Well, the Dragon Lords are they're all about power. Political power, social power. So, for Yoxvilthes to seek a place in Valiartex's court, it means he aspires to something. And having Kirmi help him to attain that position means she has some deal of power as well. As for why I have been singled out in this, I do not know. As far as I know, the situation was Valiarthex was ready to make an example out of me, to have my head on a stake, and Yoxviltes convinced him to take me instead as a science experiment, a magic experiment. I cannot imagine what he is planning, but if he seeks to do this for others, the way he has done to myself and to Maximil, perhaps he's trying to build an army? That's the only thing I could think of. Some kind of magically enhanced force to, I don't know, maybe overthrow Valiarthex, or possibly seek to establish his own court in a way. But whatever it is planning, it's not good.
And this Queerme, you think she is loyal to Yax Viltis?
Well, Considering that now that I know that they're related, yes.
So, perhaps through the fangs, they're trying to get more of those like you, maybe to try those experiments.
Possible, but the fangs tend to eliminate their targets. They don't really haul them back too often. The only thing I could think of is if maybe perhaps Kirmi offers up some of her fangs for experimentation as a way to enhance them in their assassination skills. But I do not know. That is purely conjecture.
So those fangs, they only come to play for assassination. They do not do anything else that you know.
As far as I know, they are assassins designed to seek out the escapees and terminate them. We have been very fortunate so far to avoid the fangs as much as we have, but our luck will only last so long.
Well, I don't think we'll be able to avoid them much longer, and perhaps it might make sense for us to go on the offensive, not just to try to hide from them. Perhaps we should strike out at them when they don't expect it.
Therein lies the problem. They are very, very skilled in hiding and striking from the shadows, and even being as deceptive as to hiding in plain sight using disguises and false identities. The only way we'll truly know it is them is when we are already in close proximity. Hunting them down is next to impossible, but I will be ready for them when they show again.
My friend, you should not cut yourself short. And, you know, I happen to know a little bit about shadows, and I think all of us have gone since we have come together. Perhaps it is something to consider. Perhaps we should not be the ones running away.
Well, we will head back to Busat, and from there we can make plans, but I am not sure what the future will hold. In the meantime, I think perhaps more study, seeing if the library has anything else on the fangs or on Kirmi herself. As much as it pains me to read it, it is good to have that knowledge.
I agree. Well, please share with me what you find, and if you ever need an ear or somebody to share ale with, you know where to find me.
Of course, my friend. And with that, Doran's gonna get up and head to the bathing area and freshen up for the day.
Sure. Does anybody else want to achieve anything whilst they're here? Any additional research you guys were going to try to do? Soren and Maximil, you did a whole lot of research that first day, and you feel, having gotten a good look at the library, there's a good collection of data, but all the really juicy stuff is behind that locked area. They keep a lot of information for themselves. I mean, clearly they have a cookbook on Eterna, so.
Yeah. I just wanted to cast that one message of sending. I don't know if it showed up.
Oh, nope, I got you here 1 second.
See what I get from that, if they're alive.
You may have, oh, you probably put that in the other chat. Well, I heard that ding. Now, for some reason, all those are working. So thank you very much for that follow while I read this really quick. Yeah. So you do very quickly send out that message to Karathina. She definitely receives it. A little unnerved at first. She hasn't communicated in this way in a long time, but she gets back to you. Hi. Yeah, thanks for reaching out. We're in Busat, well, outside Busat. and we're safe for now. Tell me when you get here.
Okay. Cool.
So, anybody else want to get anything done while they're in town here, or sorry, in this cathedral area? I know Jaeger and Maximil look like they're chomping at the bit.
I got one thing I need to do.
Okay, go for it.
I am going to go find Doran.
Okay.
And just kind of walk up to him. Hey, big guy.
Hello, Deadeye. How can I help you?
Well, I got a present for you. Follow me.
Present for me? What the?
Yeah,
Okay,
just
good.
this way. And we'll go to the fortune teller.
I forgot
Okay.
about this.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh
Whoa.
god.
We'll pop this back up here really quick. So this was, oh my
I think
gosh.
you're gonna need it.
I don't think you'll need it.
Okay, well, the fortune teller's back over there with his big wheel of fate. As soon as you guys gonna walk in, he seems, this is day 2 he's been here. There's a couple people that came in the night before that pretty much stayed in the tavern. Some camel traders who had gotten lost in the desert and were just drunk with so much fortune to have been here that clearly they came in and pissed away the last of their earnings as they passed out near this table, reading fortunes and gambling. And he seems very happy, and they seem very drunk and passed out. And he clocks the two of you coming in. Ah, my friends, it's good to see you again. Are we ready to find our fortune today? These young men here.
Yeah, cut the bullshit.
Okay.
5 gold.
Yes.
You let him tell you your future.
You want me to allow?
I'll give you 5 gold, and he's gonna tell you your future. Agree?
So you want him to spin the wheel for me?
Yep. 5 gold. He tells you the future. Your future.
I tug him to the side and say,
Yeah, just hold on.
what the hell do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about here.
I did not know your
Don't worry.
friend was a mystic and could tell people their futures. This is very exciting.
Is this an agreement?
Yes, I agree. I am interested to see how this goes. And he
I
holds out his
slide
hands.
over 5 gold and put it in his palm. I mean, minus that from my bleak inventory of gold.
Do you need this to tell my future, or should I just put it in my coat?
It's in your. You
Okay,
do it
very
what
good.
you please, and I'll turn to Doran and just whisper in his ear. I want you to hit him as hard as you can in the face. It'll make you feel better.
I don't know if that is entirely designed to make me feel better.
He agreed. Terms are loose.
This is going to get us kicked out of here, isn't it?
If you don't do it, I will.
Oh, this is going to get us kicked out of here. I have a bad feeling about this. And I just... Doran...
You turn back to look, and he's on both of his hands, leaning forward, like very excited to see what you have to say.
Does he have a punchable face though?
Oh, he's
That's the
got such a
question.
punchable face.
In my head, I'm picturing the most punchable face I can think of, and it's really giving me energy to do this. So yeah, Doran's gonna reach back and just be like, sometimes you learn too much in a day, and he's gonna sock him.
Okay. So I need you to make an attack roll with advantage because he's unsuspecting and leaning into the punch. Just an unarmed strike with
boy.
advantage. All we're doing is seeing if you crit here.
Okay,
See if you
so
crit.
unarmed strike
Oh, this man's gonna lose a
attack
tooth.
with advantage.
Sometimes life comes at you pretty fast.
Oh,
Double
they're
8s.
Oh,
Dates.
that second
Ugh.
one was so
But it
close
is
to
a
a 20.
but it is a 16 regardless.
Just my future. Sometimes you learn to.
Duck.
My face!
You can't tell the future. I knew it.
Oh,
Everybody, it's a scam.
I don't tell the future, you imbecile. The wheel does. Oh, my nose
knew
is
it.
broken. Oh, it's broken.
Sorry.
He
You should probably
spits
get
out
that
a
looked
tooth.
at.
Am I near
Clatters
enough to
across
hear
the-
this?
You hear it down the hall. You hear the person who you know very much is the fortune telling guy just got this face punched. Okay. Oh.
Oh boy.
Well, I've been punched in the face for less money, so all's fair, I guess. Is it swelling
what
really badly?
Comes around, goes around, or something like that.
Yes, the wheel, it spins, you dumbass.
Yeah. Sure.
I just want to like pop my head out of the hallway and like just kind of shout, "Hey, we're trying to study. Walk it off," and cast healing word at him.
The tooth is still on the table, but the swelling goes down, the bleeding stops. Oh, that's actually much better. Yeah, I would gladly be punched again if your friend would heal me once again. It's not so bad.
Not happening. I just walk back.
You said you'd be gladly punched again, and I rear back like I'm
Oh
gonna punch him.
no! For 5 gold, please.
I'll punch him in the face.
Oh God.
I just have this image of Jaeger walking the world and flipping over tables of 3-card Monty and just
Jaeger fighting around the world.
anything that can be considered a griff. Jaeger's just like busted apart.
All right,
Fly
Jaeger.
around the world.
He's a little more prepared this time, so just go ahead and roll a d20 if you're gonna punch this dude in the face. With his
Doing it with bullets.
9 AC.
It's still rolling. Jesus, stop it. And it's a 13.
Yeah. Yeah, you clock him in the face for damage. She's like, ugh. Nope. That's what I thought. Yep. The idiot who can't tell that the fortunes are done through the wheel also punches what may way worse than his friend does.
Hey. Guess who's the idiot now? I see a dentist in your future.
Hey, what?
Ta-da.
I see 5 gold less in your future. Oh wait, that already happened.
Money well spent. I'll pat the big guy on his back. See?
Indeed.
Feel better?
You there, drink. Your strongest one. All of this will buy me.
All in one place.
Does everybody feel better now?
Jaeger does.
There was some
Max Mill.
slight comfort in that.
Yes.
You had something you wanted to do that I'm assuming is not punching a poor man in the face.
Well, no,
Oh,
it's
God.
not.
I was gonna shocky grasp him.
Yeah, I'm much more like chill and subtle, you know? It's like a Anyways, at some point when Soren's not studying super hard, so possibly like we're all together eating or something.
Still studying.
Yeah.
No, I think once I figured out the spells, I would take this time to just like.
Okay, sure. So yeah, after that first day, and it takes him a couple hours, and he's doing other stuff for you guys. So day 2, you catch him with some afternoon tea out on the spot that Jaeger's been taking his smokes. It's actually a really nice little gazebo area, and it opens up directly to the desert sky.
Hey,
Hello.
Soren, how you doing?
You're being weird. What's up?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So you have a wife, right?
Yes, you've met her.
Right, yeah. And like before that, she was, I assume, your girlfriend?
For a brief period, yes.
Yeah. How did you know that you were girlfriend, like that she was your girlfriend?
That's an interesting question. I don't think it was ever actually discussed formally. We just sort of spent all of our time together, and it was implied.
Okay. So like you have to spend a lot of time with someone in order to know that they're your girlfriend, and otherwise you're not?
I mean, it helps.
Oh boy.
There's more to it than just spending time with someone, of course. I mean, we all spend time together, and
You know.
why?
Well, no, just how did you know if she like actually liked you or not?
Well, that we did actually talk about. It was rather a heavy discussion. Sarai is obviously not mine. I adopted her. We had a very long, drawn-out conversation about if we are to take things to a more serious point, then we would need to establish some sort of groundwork in terms of co-parenting, I suppose you would call it. So it was mostly revolving around that, and that was sort of when we realized, no, we actually want to be together. This is something that can last. Why?
Okay.
Keep asking that question. What is this all about?
Well, you see, back in Katya, there's well, you met Irene.
I did.
Yeah, I don't know if she likes me. And I don't want to be presumptuous, and I don't know if we're if we're girlfriends or something, because we never had a talk, anything like that. I honestly I don't know.
And now you're nervous about seeing her when we do arrive.
Eventually. Well, we're not going to see her in Rosita. I hope we don't see. I don't know if we.
No, not in Rosita. No, but eventually, I'm assuming we're going back to your home.
Possibly, yeah. Eventually, yeah. Oh gosh. But just how, unless you're in a specific situation where you're talking about kids, is there other ways to know if someone likes you?
Well, given your magical abilities, yes, but I think there's a more simple question to ask yourself in this moment. Yes, of course, you could ponder endlessly about whether or not she has feelings for you, and that's all very well and good, but the real question to ask is not about her, it's how do you feel? Do you have feelings for her?
Well, first question, right now my stomach kind of feels like it's nodding a lot, like being braided almost.
Right, yeah, I'm going to assume that's a yes, then.
Oh boy.
Let's put it this way. Does the thought of her make your heart race? Do your hands get sweaty? Do you start to breathe heavier?
Yes, but also the thought of her kind of calms me. And
Good.
Oh, if she were here, then she'd be able to handle this well, I actually have that thought a lot. Oh boy.
And then we arrive at our answer, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
How about this? We are obviously going to be traveling for quite a while before we arrive back there, I would imagine, unless something very strange happens again, which, to be fair, things happen to us a lot. But to my point, it'll be a while before you see her. Right. Catalogue the things that you think and feel, and then, when the time comes, ask her if she would like to read it.
Oh.
Don't just throw it at her and say, here, there's the things that I thought about you while I was away. But present it, ask it.
That is what I was actually going to do once you said
Don't
that.
do that.
But thank you for that. And she writes down a little note on the side of her hand. Notes for Irene.
If you present it to her as something that she has a open door to, it will also give you a little bit more confirmation of how interested is she. If she wants to know the things that you've been thinking and feeling while you've been away, then that's a very good indicator that she cares about you.
Okay, that's a really good idea. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
Well, that was the scariest thing.
Isn't that funny? Talked down a dragon and somehow interpersonal relationships are still somehow scarier.
Yeah, well, because if one went poorly, then, I'd just be dead. But if this goes poorly, then I really messed something up. Big, that's important to me. And I'd have
now
to
say that again, but slower.
I'd have to live with the consequences.
Yes. You know the answers that you're looking for. You don't have to ask me.
Well, on the other side, the more fun side, Adrian gave me a vision.
Like an actual one?
Like a quick little glimpsey thing. I couldn't really make much out, but it was pretty crazy.
Was that when she touched you on the forehead and...
Yeah.
Well, almost shot and or stabbed her, yes. What did you see?
I saw the destruction of a world.
Oh, lovely. That's
There was
nice.
a purple sun, a world got destroyed, there were millions of voices crying out, and these like rocks in space flying everywhere.
Oh, right. Was it like a fortune?
I think it was a past thing.
Oh.
Because she
Purple
doesn't
sun,
seem to be
maybe-
much of a future teller. She seems to be someone who knows things about the past. And we had just been asking about Eterna.
Right.
So
that's
my
what-
thoughts kind
maybe
of
that's what
went
happened
to,
to it?
there's a dark star, there's a purple star,
Right.
there's... I mean, I really didn't see much, and it felt like I suddenly had the entire knowledge of like a dictionary in my head. And then it suddenly went, and I was grasping to get a few definitions.
Did it include recipes?
Did I get any recipes?
There's no
Did I see
recipes.
any food like flying through space?
You were way more.
A sandwich, just...
You were way more
Galaxy
at the,
wings.
cosmic level than the
Like a Milky
sandwich
Way?
level.
Or a Mars bar?
Some people, a sandwich is the cosmos.
I'm gonna do a thing here.
Oh no.
Go,
Roll
what
for
is
sandwich.
the opposite of inspiration?
We have that already. It's the deal with the devil thing, except just for when we're fucking around.
Seriously. Apparently, well, yeah. We're gonna go ahead and impose disadvantage on Max at some point for mocking the vision as the Milky. Come on now.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. And yes, roll for sandwich, absolutely. Anywho.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay.
No.
The great cosmic sandwich is all that you saw. The layers of all the things that happened all at once in this massive dictionary of context that you cannot grasp.
You saw a planet with a purple sun get blown to smithereens and rocks scattered across space, and that was in response to your question of what happened to Eterna.
Sorry? I was thinking about the cosmic sandwich.
Is that what
Well,
your
at least
kids
it wasn't
call these
another-
days?
At least it wasn't another curse in disguise.
Yeah. I mean, it may have been. And it's still disguised.
I didn't prepare that spell today. Shit.
Yeah, it's okay. I can live with
We'll touch
the
back
curse
on that
for a little
tomorrow.
while. Maybe it'll give me another cool scar. Do you think
it is-
Irina liked the scar? Oh boy. Anyways, did food?
Food.
Did you want? Yep. Okay.
I'll just like arm around Max, just kind of just like give her a little bit of a head pat. Just like, come on.
Okay.
All right, you guys.
Ruin the hair.
The emotional support himbo team is exactly how Zach put it. It was perfect. Max and her team emotional support himbos.
Best trope in fiction: the lesbian and her emotional support himbo.
I'm not a himbo.
True.
Usually.
You got a little bit of himbo flavor.
Usually.
Okay, so anything else you would like to get into in the Cathedral of Ijun? You have about 2 days till your destination, and we're kind of coming into the afternoonish of the first day. Maximilian, Soren, I will say that you go back into the eatery, the pub. Like there's just a small like bar and a couple tables where they can make food for guests, and you know. You thought you healed it already, Soren, but now there's like an ice pack and a bandage and stuff, and you come in and he's like, hello, my friends. You could come again and see this, but it's going to sound a little strange this time. If you would like your fortune told. Yes.
Just like walk up, pull the ice pack off.
No, ow, please, no.
Thought I fixed that. Oh well.
Yeah, but then your other friend unfixed it. Yes.
Oh. That sucks for you. Anyway.
Botrin, you had a thing.
Yes, I was going to go to the library and try to do as much research as I can on the realm of dreams.
Sure. Make an investigation check for me. Looking around the library. So what you will notice, Botrin, that you missed last time was that the library is chock full of stuff. There's a whole lot of random information, but there is a chained off section where all the books are chained to the bookcase. And it's basically a restricted area that only those that serve Ijun can go into. There's some private reading area back there.
That was an 18 on the roll.
Sure. You find specifically some more information about Caritas. There's plenty more about this demigod of dreams. Supposedly, she controls the dreamscape, this eternal ethereal canvas on which all dreams are painted and experienced. And she's the caretaker of dreams, and those who walk in them as they are apart from themselves. Interestingly, one of the things you find is the discussion in this particular document that you're reading from a wizard, some fellow who is just recording his thoughts on the different realms and planes of existence, and he's theorizing that this is a physical place that you could visit. And he spends a little bit of time talking about the connection of the soul to this dreamscape. And are you really traveling there when you dream, or is your soul leaving your body to experience this outside of the material plane? It's a very interesting read, but it does give you some confidence about serving Caritas. She's thought to be a benevolent god, a caretaker of people rather than a destroyer. And there's conversation in there about nightmares and whether or not they're influences from other planes that is something she tries to protect people from. There's not a lot of clarity on that. But she, for the most part, seems, if we were to put it on the alignment chart, neutral, good, or neutral. She exists to be a caretaker and a shepherd of people while they're in this place. So it instills some confidence in your decision.
Oh.
Okay. Any other things inside the Cathedral of Ijun?
The last thing that I want to do
is it
like
punching
walk
anybody?
off.
Because
No. But walk off, go to the bedroom. But the last time I interacted with that himbo of a idiot fortune teller,
Himbos have hearts of gold.
sure, whatever.
gonna...
Last time I interacted with him, he touched my gun, so I'm going into my room and shutting the door, activating my glasses, and seeing if I can detect magic on it. Because I don't trust this guy at all.
That's my gun.
On the wheel itself, you said?
No. So, when I was at the table, he reached over and touched my gun as I had it on the table, and then said something to me.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure he didn't mark my gun or anything.
No.
And then, if there's nothing on there, then I will booby trap my door.
Okay.
Because I still don't trust this guy. Because I had my friend punch him in the face. I punched him in the face just to aggravate him, see if it would get anything out of him. Truly testing the limits of this guy that came in out of nowhere. But as I'm suspicious, I'm booby trapping the door a little bit with some really janky, just I don't know, metal objects on a string if I have them.
This is not the curse of DMs and red herrings or things, just everybody's like, that guy's a son of a bitch and I hate him. And he's just like, poor fortune teller dude, letting you spend some money and gamble.
That's
maybe. Fine. But no, I mean, you booby trap it. Nobody really bothers you. The last time one of these Ijunites came in without permission, they learned very quickly not to, because you have a penchant for the paranoia.
Yep. Okay, that's it. Just making sure I'm safe.
Sure. Any last minute holdouts for our Cathedral of Ijun and visiting with anybody here? Nashu gives you a wide berth after you refused her offer. She considers the deal closed and the matter's over, and she offers you no more than it was already agreed to. You're able to check in once a day to see her progress, and surely you are catching up to Rosita. Then on the third day, towards the northern side of the Ethereal Desert, just a few days march really for a city from the coast, and where you can finally get Busat in your sights. On that third day of travel, when you awake, so this is now the 45th of the Nettis. Put a note in here. So almost the last month of fall of Venetis, getting ready to move in soon to the month of Felok, of winter. You all, on the third day of travel, about 11 o'clock in the morning, coming close to lunchtime, in the distance, you can make out the silhouette of Rosita and see its colors flying high. As you get closer, you can feel the vibrations in the sand as its massive legs thump on the desert. Since we seem to be getting a lot of new friends, these large cities of the Ethereal Desert and the kingdom of Ashahoya walk on massive hundreds of foot tall legs, bound by magic and feats of great engineering that keep these cities 300 to 400 feet up off the ground. Mile-long walking ships with huge sails to catch the moisture out of the air, to create fresh drinking water for these people. But you guys have been to Rosita before, and it is a welcome sight. Definitely not the colors of Katya. No concern there, and no other city ships in sight. And it takes you about an hour and a half to catch up to it. About midday. And Nashu greets you all one more time. We know you didn't have any transportation, but you can feel free to sell these to Rosita for access. I'm sure they'll stop if you are willing to trade your animals. And she offers you all 6 camels to ride up to Rosita. From where she's standing, kind of near the entrance, she points out that large dune ahead on the left. We will stop there briefly and let you out from behind the dune, and we'll be well on our way.
We're taking Chana with us, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Should we have 7 camels then, or just the 6?
We have 6.
Okay. She can bunk with me.
Chana, who's been quiet for most of the trip, is excited to get back out to the real world. And mostly kept to herself and ate and found books and started to work on reading with some of the people from the temple. By the end of it, it's Soren's dissuasion. She's like, yeah, they were kind of creepy when they were teaching me about reading. They kept asking me to, like, it was like they wanted me to join some club. I don't know. I was really weirded out by it, and I'm glad you said something, Soren.
You have no idea.
Probably best to stay away from them, yes.
Good call.
As
But they gave
fortune
me a
would
book.
have it, they also are giving us 6 camels.
Oh. Well, probably need to sell them to get one of the cities to stop. They're all greedy bastards. No offense, Maxwell.
None taken. I know. However, if we get a sending over to Melindra, then they may just stop. So, the camels would need a home.
This is 3rd day, right? We would have had a long rest.
Yes, yeah. You guys, if you have not taken a long rest recently, please take a long rest to ensure you guys have had plenty of time to take a long rest here. Yes, Melindra Castile, the Jewel of Rosita. If you wanted to contact her, who most recently thought you had just been crowned Trade Princess of Katia. It's up to you if you'd like to reach out to her or not.
I think she did ask us to let. I told her when we'd be in the area that we'd give her a little ring. I don't know why I'm making this action.
She reached out to you and told you congratulations on your coronation, and she was excited. And you said, "Oh well, I'll be in your area soon," which she did not respond to.
How long do we think it might take us to get to the city from here with the camels?
You are literally just going to be like dropped around the corner so that they don't see the cathedral.
Got it. Okay.
They're going to let you out briefly and then get out of there.
Got it.
So literally the city will be crossing in front of your path very soon. So your call if you want to try to stop them and sell these camels, or if you would like to contact Melindra and see if her father would like to stop the city.
So if you don't mind, I can send to Melindra, if they'll get the city to stop.
Yeah, and then if all else fails, we do have the camels to sell.
This is true. All right.
Okay.
Casting sending. Hello, Melindra. Soren here. Big news. We are arriving in Rosita in about 30 minutes. Can you have the city stop and pick us up?
A moment passes, and Melindra responds. Yes, would she be arriving with a retinue? I will have someone contact her. But we can stop. I'll tell father, and that's it.
Okay.
And then a couple moments later, you get a sending message, Maximil, from...
Bing!
Yeah, no, as my phone goes ping, it's perfect. A viceroy,
mail.
some viscount of the city, just a wizard that works for the court, that reaches out to you. Trade Princess Maximil of Katia, should we be expecting you with a retinue, or how many people will be escorting you, and what accommodations do you require?
Yes, hello. I am traveling with 6 other people, with 6 camels, so lodging would be nice. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Pretty much par for the course. When you arrive at a city, they'll have a Viscount reach out to you to arrange what's needed for you. You're definitely used to this. But the Cathedral of Ajun pulls up around the dune, stops briefly, and the doors open for you as you're all standing in this this area, and there is a ceremonial brazier in the center of this room. Kind of, looks like the cats do not like the snake people either.
Just wants attention.
And as you all are getting ready to leave, Nashu greets you. It says, "We thank you for your service, and we hope we have repaid you in kind. With this, the balance is struck." And she drops the contract into this brazier, and it lights on fire and just burns out. And they step away and let you leave peacefully.
Freedom. Feels good.
Long time coming, Mr. Yeager. Now please take your freedom elsewhere.
Happily. And I'll walk out.
I will shoot you in the face.
As soon as you leave, you glance behind briefly, expecting to hear or see something, but you only watch as the mirage of the Cathedral of Ijun disappears behind you, shimmering like waves of heat off the top of the dunes. And almost at the exact same moment, the last as the leg from Rosita steps out from behind the dune and slows to a stop 350-ish feet above you. And one of the side lifts starts to lower down. And you're all welcomed back into the city of Rosita. And that's where we'll take a quick break for everybody.
Cool. Excellent.
So, thanks everybody for sticking with us for the first half. We're going to grab 5 minutes break to stretch, grab some drinks and stuff, and let our people refresh. So, we'll be right back. Thank you. Bye. We're coming back right meow. Hi, everybody. And we came back early, like before people were ready, because if you're not part of our Discord, you really should be, because you get wonderful things in the art share, like people like Mr. Nate being like, oh, you talked about a space sandwich. Well, guess what? Here's a motherfucking space sandwich for you, right in the middle of your game.
Space sandwich.
Sam inspired me.
More prosciutto.
This sandwich very much lacks in space prosciutto. I'm gonna go ahead and back that up, David. Also, best deli meat of all time.
Prosciutto.
Pickled fox nogtail.
Also, I think there's overwhelming support for Maxine 2022 now. The power couple of Cyorion.
Need to make it trending.
We need to trend hashtag Maxine. People are gonna be like, "Who's Maxine?" And you'll be like, "No, it's Max and Irene." And they'll be like, "But who's Maxine?"
No one. It's the power couple.
It's the power couple. It's their power couple name.
Mom put it.
She did.
Oh yeah.
She did. Yep. We had there was a discussion in chat, and then Mom's like, "Okay, I gotta go. Hashtag Maxine 2022."
Thanks, Mom.
Man, you love to see the overwhelming support from Mom there.
Yeah.
So yeah, coming back though, you guys stop at the city of Rosita, which stops for you, knowing that you're coming. After you guys had sent the messages and the Viscount's ready for you, and the lift comes down with Melindra, the Viscount, and a couple of people from the guard expecting to receive you. And she kind of looks over you and gives you a hi, Max, or Trade Princess Maximil. I kind of expected you to like leave these guys behind when you stepped into your new duties. I didn't think you'd be out gallivanting around the world still.
They're family. They're sticking around.
Oh, so you hired all of
I'm-
them. Should we get them some Katia colors? Like, should they represent the city? That's really
Maybe
nice.
like little bandanas.
Oh, well, that's really nice that Maximil gets see, I'm sorry to calling you Maxine. It's already happening. That's really nice that, Maximil gets a new position of power, and she uplifts all of her friends and hires you all onto the staff right away.
Yes, she's very pro job creation, so that's
That's good.
nice for us.
And your new friend is charming. Both of them.
Yeah, security detail.
Oh, is she security detail too? She kind of. The rest of you see kind of for the first time that really concerned look, because Chana she's cleaned up because she was inside for so long, but she's still kind of unkempt. The rest of you are a little put together, but Shauna's not. She's wearing clothes that are way too large for her, and still looks like her hair hasn't seen a brush, even though it's finally saw some water and some oils and honey and stuff over the course of the last few days.
Oh, she's the Beastmaster, the keeper of all the animals and the transport for the Midnight
Look at
Parliament
you.
and of Katya.
An official traveling Beastmaster. That is amazing. I'm gonna need you to roll a deception check for Shauna as she's just like, yeah.
With pleasure. I add my bonuses and stuff.
No, you're just rolling
No?
a d20, and she's got a +1 to her deception.
Oh no, okay. Come on.
She's getting a
for kid.
15.
15. She's got a little bit of the DC's not hard, just because you're selling it, and she's like, oh well, congratulations on your new post, madam. Will you be staying? We have arrangements for you either in the family's palace or in one of the taverns in town. It's up to you. We didn't really know what exactly you wanted, since you never know how new trade royalty wants to be treated.
I look to the guys.
Perhaps the tavern. We are trying to lay low while we're here, but we couldn't miss the opportunity to reunite friends.
Oh, well, that's nice. Okay, well, we can have you stay at one of the taverns, and Mother and Father would like to entertain you at dinner tonight. Other than that, our city is yours. Please, you're our guests.
Thank you. And I go in for a hug, and I am wearing my I can't for the love of
Stella
for my life.
necklace.
Amulet of the
Stella Tenuum.
Tenuum.
Thank you. My Stella Tenuum necklace. Couldn't remember the name for the life of me. I want to go and hug her.
Absolutely. She's like, formalities are so gross, right? Come here.
Come on.
She gets you a big hug, and she's fine. Nothing changes. Everything seems normal. This is the person you grew up and knew and loved very much. It's really
So
good to
are
see
my
you again,
parents.
May. Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Just quick out of
Making it
character
real
head
there.
count. How many of those do we have? We have hers. I thought we had like 2 others.
Irene has one.
We gave one of them to Irene.
Yep,
we have
Irene
2.
has
Okay. We had
So
2.
who is
Okay,
it?
that was it. All right.
I think Soren, but I could be mistaken. I just know I have one.
I don't remember if I have one or not.
So you guys
We
are
split it into 5 pieces.
the Viscount kind of breaks off. Melindra, I got a few things I got to take care of before dinner. So please, Viscount Jarvis will take you and get you accommodated.
Viscount Jarvis?
Jarvis,
Okay.
because I did not name my Viscount. And what happens when Ben thinks of Viscount names? He just automatically names them after servants from TV shows and movies.
Yes. Right away, sir.
So let's do something we haven't done in a minute. Give me a D6. You guys are taken to a lovely little tavern in Rosita. You stayed previously in Katia at a wonderful place named the Sandwich. And I think that was
Fitting.
that was compliments of Maximil, I think.
The flaming
So-
sandwich.
Everything except a 2, and a 2 is going to be my choice. A 3. Tarak, what is the name of this tavern that the Viscount Jarvis has you roll up to? Excuse me.
The Moody Troll.
Moody Troll.
That's a good name.
Nice. I like it. I like it.
So, why did I put my D6 away? Playing off of our fun RP riffing and story building. Come on, Bailey's bag of holding. Why are you so big? Where's my D6 pocket? There it is. Good lord. So, Botrin, upon entering the Moody Troll, what's the first thing that stands out to you about this place?
The lighting. The lighting is everything. It casts everything in a pall of green. The lighting has a green tint to it.
Almost as if it is a cliche roadside tourist attraction as you walk in, that green din and this visage of a green, glowing, ugly troll's face that's just sour and angry as you walk in glows from the side of you like a neon sign within the confines of the Moody Troll. And the young woman behind the counter doesn't really look up and says, "Welcome to the Moody Troll, your stop for all things exciting in Rosita." And Viscount, I'm sorry. Who's just like, yes, please dispose with the pleasantries. I will need how many rooms? Trade Princess Maximil.
Again, I look at everyone.
One,
One?
if possible. Do you have a large singular room with multiple beds?
Yes, we have a suite that has 2 ensuite rooms. You can just open the doors, leave them open.
That would work.
Amazing. That'll work.
Okay. And the Viscount just slides over a sack of money. Anything they need from the bar, for food, all hours of the night. Bill it. No, anything extra you need, please send it to the Castile family. And this otherwise moody, angsty road stop, kitschy tavern attendant is just very suddenly very polite. And the rest of the place is kind of set up like a horrible roadside Chuck E. Cheese attraction. You know, there's crummy trolls and stuff, and the cups are in the shape of like weird troll faces in the dining area. And it seems
one of the
like
tables is under a bridge, right?
Exactly. Yeah. There's a table under a bridge. They're drearily trying to sell the Moody Troll to attract people in for the theme restaurant, and it's just it has been slow for days. You guys are the first customers, but essentially you have the place to yourselves. Which is nice. There's nobody else staying here for the tavern. The food looks okay, but the drinks look like they pour them extra strong for mom and dad on the traveling cities. So there's a little bit of a benefit there. However, you're brought upstairs to the rooms, which are large and luxurious, especially this massive suite that was purchased for you. You have the top of the 3rd floor, which has a beautiful look over the entire city. Outside of the southeast windows, there's a small balcony that looks up, and actually one of the nice things about this building is it overlooks the gardens inside the family palace of the Castile residence in Rosita. Remember, I know it's been a little bit since we've been in Rosita, but they did have that big open air garden that allowed animals to like move in and out freely, and you have a wonderful view of that. But it's also a little disconcerting because last time you stayed at a hotel in a traveling city, somebody got access to one of the rooms, and there are a lot of entrances here.
Seeing that, I want to do 2 things. Take as long as it takes, I guess. Ritual cast Detect Magic, and then actually cast See Invisibility. And I want to just do a thorough sweep of this place.
Okay. Detect Magic, a lot of illusion downstairs, mostly regarding the decor of this place. Up here, it's private. Okay. The doors are safe from any magical influence. There are no invisible creatures or invisible things hiding around this area. It seems that anything that they paid to be done is all downstairs. Up here, you're pretty safe.
Okay. Do I still see the weird tentacle thing?
Absolutely. It is just hanging out, holding on to the back of Botrin's hand. And there's
is
a second one
attached
in
to
the
the map too?
Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. That's it. I'm doing that for as long as it takes.
The rest of you find a wonderful set of bedrooms. There is the main private master suite that's clearly for Maximiel, and Shauna immediately sprints and like leaps onto this massive fluffy bed. That's, you know, a big post bed that's got all these draping silks and sheer cloths, and she just thinks it's the coolest thing she's ever seen. However, plenty of other sleeping arrangements that can fit all of you comfortably, as well as a private dining area. So it's about 4 rooms in total with 3 balconies leading off of this area.
Oh boy. Okay.
And you guys have arrived about 1:30, 2 o'clock, so you got a couple hours. You know, in Rosita, dinner starts early and it lasts for a long time.
Shopping, anyone?
Yeah, I got some things I need to do. We can meet back up.
I'm
Fortunately, very out of money.
out of
Don't imagine anyone would want to buy the things that I have.
Well, apparently, it must have slipped my mind to pay my new security detail and official scribes and whatnot of the Throne of Katia. Does anyone want a loan? Or a gift?
I
Or
already owe
money?
you enough. I'm all right.
I have some. A lot. Okay. Josh? I'm sorry, Jaeger?
You guys forced me to pay 20 gold. I only have 14.
When?
We split something and put in money for something that I was just joining the team.
Jaeger is broke as a joke.
Yeah, sure. How much do you want?
I can give Jaeger like 8 platinum pieces. How's that work out?
Yeah. Literally 14 gold. I like empty out my pockets.
Y'all just bought Jaeger's service.
Doran flips a couple of platinum to Jaeger's. Like,
No. Oh.
thanks for the good time.
Yes.
Jaeger, like, just vibe check on this one. I mean, you didn't come from the richest background. This is probably the most money you've ever seen. You probably imagined hiding a bag of 5 gold under your floorboards would have been a wonderful way to live retirement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just some lowly farmer. Essentially, this is a lot of money. Just, you all always carry around this much money?
Only recently.
I'm not used to having this much money, but
we have been fortunate. It was hard earned.
We have a particular set of skills that some people are very willing to pay for, apparently.
Wealth is transitory. Its worth is illusion.
Interesting take.
Worth is definitely not an illusion, my friend.
Do you need any more? Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't. This is.
Sure. I mean, you could. You. I mean, if there's anything specific that you'd like around here.
Yeah, smokes. This'll buy a lot of smokes.
Maybe some more of those crystal things you need for the blood magic thing.
You can find a lot of magical items around here, as well as a lot of more technical stuff.
I don't.
A wonderful city to buy weapons and stuff. I don't know if they have any of your interesting little pews, but guns.
I don't.
Is that what...
Yeah, I mean, I made this one. I don't know if they'll have that. And crystals. I don't know if they've traveled to Guare or not.
Well, I'm still interested in going to look around, even though I can't buy. What do they call it? Window shopping?
Well, I will not take any more of your money. I will earn the rest of mine. But I appreciate the handout, and thanks.
Good to go visit your girlfriend again, Soren.
Oh, gods, that's right. I forgot about her.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I should at least let her know that I still have them and that they're still excellent craftsmanship.
True. I think maybe if we go visit her and let her know that their weapons are top-notch.
They have seen a good amount of use.
Maybe I
have a
and go there
girlfriend that makes weapons?
No, she just took a fancy to me. Gave me a bit of a discount, actually. It was quite nice.
Well, I'll meet back up, but I got some things I want to do, and I'm just going to go get acquainted with the city.
Be careful. Remember, you're representing Maximil now.
Yes, princess.
Yeah.
I too am going into the shop area because I need to find something.
So Rosita's a very large city with a couple layers of shopping areas. There is kind of an underside. There's a surface level where most of the nice looking shops are, but there is a subsurface shop area. It's not necessarily like a black market by any means, but there's some shadier places down there. So let's just get a quick rundown of what people are looking for here. Jaeger being your first time, you're going to spend a little time getting acquainted with the city and do a little shopping. And then let's see, Maximil, you going out shopping and doing anything in particular, or looking for anything in particular?
Yes, Maximil would like to get her staff possibly silvered. Just, it could help having something like that. And she has a cool design for it in mind, so.
Okay.
And also for any magical artifacts that could enhance how people like her.
All right, Tarak, where are you heading to?
Well, after Batran and Jaeger leave, and before Maximil and especially Doran leave, he's going to approach them. I have somebody I need to see. I was wondering if the two of you could come with me. I think it may be helpful. And he looks over at Soren, and Soren, of course, you are welcome to join as well. It shouldn't take long, but we might find out something about some information I commissioned somebody to find out.
Could do that and then make our way to the weaponsmith.
Sounds like a plan.
Who'd you ask? Did you ask me?
Who did I? No, you
Yeah.
you were already gone.
Yeah. I
Oh.
was like, I thought you said me for a second. I was like, wait,
No, I said,
I left.
yeah, because you and Barton had already left.
Okay.
So, yep. So that's it.
Man, this is like some OG stuff. Even goes back to like a magic potion you guys had on you that nobody's done anything with yet. So, you were heading to
You mean yeah?
Tarak.
So Tarak's going to take them to Praxis,
Yep.
the goblin.
to Tales Retold.
Tales Retold. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And who was going with Tarak? All right, everybody else. All right, Max. I said, Botrin. Since everybody else is heading to Tales Retold, you were going out to the city to kind of explore and look for anything in particular?
Yes, I was hoping to find someplace that would manufacture religious icons or some sort of talisman, and then I would also want to visit the Genie's Lantern and my gnomish friend Nazbrite, so I can get some more of those rot healing poultices.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll quickly start with Botrin. Starting off by going to see Nazbrite. Still in business, thankfully. Some of these shops move around a lot, but Nazbrite's still available at the Genie's Lantern. Kind of a shop that sells trinkets and other random magical things. And Nazbrite actually, let's see if Nazbrite remembers you. That's cocked. Yeah. Nazbrite kind of peers over with the thick glasses from behind this little jewel crafter's mess of what really looks like a pawn shop, you know, with all the random trinkets and stuff that he's got. But looks over. Don't remind me. Brutus.
Botrin.
Botrin. Okay. I was close enough. Sorry with the B. What can I do for you? It's good to see you again.
I would like to purchase some more of your healing poultices. I have the recipe tattooed on the back of my calf, if you don't remember.
Strange, but no, I remember. I keep a few in stock. Yeah, I've got about 2 or 3 of them available. Yeah. So if you want those, I think they were. I'm trying to honestly remember what I sold them to you for. I think they were like 5 copper or like even a gold a piece or silver a piece. They're pretty inexpensive.
I overpay them, so I pay twice whatever their value is. So if it's a silver piece apiece, I give him what, six silver pieces.
Sure. So he's got 3 of them available. So that's 6 silver pieces for you. But you do notice in the shop that like he's got trinkets, but he also has some equipment back there, and he's actually making stuff out of some of the melted down metal that he's got back there.
Well, I asked him if he can make a what do you call them? I know there's a specific name for them, and I don't remember what they are, but it's like a little island item that you would put on a shelf and you would pay homage to it. So and
like not like an effigy, but I know what you're talking about. Like
reliquary.
Some little reliquary. There you go. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and if it should be in the design of the candelabra with the 2 crescent moons and
Sure.
symbol of the.
Well, yeah. It's crude. I'm just kind of. I make some trinkets for fun. You could spend a lot more at a jewel smith or somebody to make a really nice one for you, but I could take a crack at it.
Well, I mean, can you recommend some place that might maybe able to make it out of marble or some sort of
a really nice
durable
place.
item?
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Well, there's a stonesmith that I know of that makes some interesting stuff. An Asimar by the name of Alcon. He makes some really interesting things and may be able to carve it from stone for you. You can find him on the south side of the market at Alcon's Bazaar. If you want to go talk to them.
I will. Thank you, Nasbred. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again. And come back whenever you need more poultices. I keep them in stock because of people like you who just travel in randomly and pick them up.
And Spackle pops up over my shoulder.
Okay, what is that? Oh my.
Thank you again. And we leave.
What the hell is that? Oh God. Okay. So Tarak, you head down to see Praxix at Tales Untold.
Yeah. So as we're walking there, Tarak just kind of comes over to Maximiel. As you may have noticed, interactions are still difficult for me, so perhaps you can help me make sure that we get all the information we want. I think this might be quite valuable, and so on. This goblin I commissioned to find information about Tama. Perhaps just in case he has been magically influenced not to tell us the things we want to hear. Perhaps you can ensure that that we find out what we need to find out. And,
I might be able to watch for that, yeah.
Asked him about Zero.
I did ask him about Zero, but he is the. Oh, are you talking?
I'm talking to
Tarak. Yes, of course. I asked him about Zero, but I think the Yoriks right now could be one of our best clues about Eternal.
Gotcha.
So, and Doran,
if he doesn't talk, punch him. I get it.
I think your presence will be enough to convince him.
We just firm grip on the sword, sort of lean on it, imposing.
Ooh, I can be imposing too.
Very. I shudder. Okay, we're going in.
Yeah. Praxix is in the underground area, exactly where he left it. It looked like a temporary kind of pop-up shop, like he hangs signs and just kind of gets a place. But he's here. He's still at the same place. So you find Tales Retold. The rest of you, for your first time entering this is a cramped shop. And it's more cramped by the piles of refuse just kind of everywhere. This is the goblin version of Another Man's Trash is all my treasure, and I'm gonna keep it all until I fucking find something cool. And what you see is two little stumpy goblin legs kicking as he's digging around going, okay, there's gotta be something good in here. I'm gonna find it. And here's the doorbell ding. He's like, just fucking wait a minute, please. I'll be with you in just a minute. I'm gonna find it.
I paid you too much to wait.
Oh. And he pops back up, and there's a chip out of one ear, and he's got all of his teeth, and surprisingly nice, bright, vibrant yellow. And he turns like, Tarak, good to see you, buddy. I do remember you. You paid me a lot to find out a lot of stuff. Remind me what that was.
I hope you are joking.
No.
I'm not very good.
Is any magic coming off of him?
No, he doesn't. It's just a goblin. There's magic around in the shop. You detect magic off a few of the items. There's some interesting pieces. He's wearing a couple interesting things, but they're just like stuck to him because he's like, oh, this is shiny, and sticks it on himself.
Tarak looks at Doran and says, my scaly friend here likes goblins very much.
Oh,
As snacks.
I can jog his memory.
As snacks.
oh
No.
well.
Are you sure you don't remember what we had talked about?
No. And if you ate me, you wouldn't know anyways.
Robot.
No, but he would be full, and that would take care of another problem we have, lunch.
Yes.
Robot. Warforged.
Are you whispering
Max
at him,
is just,
Maxwell?
like, whispering the words, like,
Behind Tarak.
So this
yeah, like, mouthing.
Sounds
Tarak
like-
just kind of squeezing his
so very much
quarterstaff.
very much
No.
insight not related. This guy is just so scatterbrained on everything. Yes, he really has no clue. Nor does he realize the actual threat that Doran is posing. He's just kind of like, oh, well, it'd probably be tasty. Yeah, I mean, it'd be good. Yeah. I mean,
They look like goblins. Too greasy.
Oh, the book, the Yurig things. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's in that one. And he points to a pile and just whoo, jumps into the pile and disappears under it for a moment.
How long before we send someone in after him?
A day?
Well,
I mean, that's how long it usually takes to, like, report someone missing, right?
I don't know.
Sometimes I don't think I would find myself.
Got it right
sane,
here.
But I miss
Okay.
Jaeger.
He pops back out with this book. Okay. So I traded this from an Eric Okra who had he was missing like a chunk of a wing, and he came in here and he wanted some information about old dragon and human wars. And then he had traded me, actually he didn't trade me this book. He traded me that trinket that I traded over to the kobold who had found this book. And I told him it was a secret mystical thing. And then I remembered and I wrote Tarak right here, and he opens it up, and you're pretty sure it could have just... You don't want to play the poop or chocolate guessing game. You don't know what it's written in, but he just grabbed whatever was closest and smudgy and smeared Tarak in common on the inside of this book.
Oh dear.
But I got it. Yeah.
I pressed to digitate it.
Hey, how am I supposed to know
can
who
I
this is
insight check
for?
that?
He's
Can
right
I
here.
insight check that?
The
What he just said. All that stuff.
you don't need to roll an insight check. This guy is
No,
just
This is.
like he's pretty sure he remembers like a really good series of events that got him to this book, and he remembered that you needed a book about Yurig, and he found it.
Okay, so he didn't just make up the story that the. All right, I got you. So
No,
he just
this is like a
scribbled
peek
Tarak on it.
behind
This
my.
is the actual book. Gotcha,
Yeah, this
gotcha,
is my
gotcha.
goblin brain of 100 TV channels on
Alright.
at once, and in a
Alright,
person.
That's so relatable.
So,
Um,
yeah,
Right.
he's got this book
So-
for you, and he's okay. And you
Tarak holds his hand out for the book.
gave me money last time, and yeah, you did. And I bought a
The
really,
book.
I bought a really
The
nice
book.
ale with that money. It was really good.
And Tarak just kind of pushed the elbows Doran. The book.
He's like holding it kind of half out to you, and then he keeps considering, and he's like, "Oh yeah," and then I ate this, and
Alright,
then
he just
Reach
grabs
out and just grab it.
yeah, all yours, please take it.
I
And-
toss it over to.
And I asked around
Alright.
about that Yurig that you were interested in, Zero.
Yes. Yes.
Really interesting guy. Did you know that Zero and some other people came through here? They came through Rosita a few months ago, and it was funny. You asked me about Zero, and I couldn't remember who Zero was until I remembered that he actually visited my shop, and I had to sell him some Gidgee guns. So that was interesting. But I hear that someone was that Zero and his friends were trying to abduct the Jewel of Rosita, and they had no idea that the Jewel of Rosita was a person. They thought they were on a gem heist. It was really so that Yurig you're talking about may be kind of dumb, but yeah. So there was that whole thing.
I mean, Anything else about the Zero? Perhaps where he is now?
No, real nice guy though.
Others like him.
No, I hope there's more though, because he was a nice guy.
How much did you pay him?
Are you sure you don't remember, like, anything else? Anything about the Yurig, or...
Oh, he was like this tall, and he like climbs up on a counter and he like holds up his hand, and he had like a stick that he threatened to... No, he didn't threaten to hurt me, but it looked like he could threaten to hurt me with it. And he needed Gidgee guns, and then I trained him in how to use them. And then they were going to break into the city or something and like climb underneath it to steal a jewel. And they
So you felt like threatened by just his presence, or that
No,
seemed
he
like
gave
was
me money
capable?
and he bought things, but he seemed like a pretty good guy that could kick my butt if he wanted to.
Okay.
Did he have any other weapons other than the stick? Perhaps some weapons that came out of his arms or other parts of his body?
Oh, he held the stick with a hand.
With a hand.
Like he had two of them.
Oh, 2 sticks.
No, two hands.
No.
Two hands, one stick.
Two hands.
Oh, 2 hands.
One stick.
Okay.
Okay.
Did he display any
Do you
sort
guys
of
hold many
unnatural?
sticks? You guys gotta
Yeah,
hold more
I have a
sticks.
stick.
I was gonna say, they have them on their back.
Did this Zero display any sort of unnatural abilities or proclivities or interests of any sort?
No.
Did he talk funny?
He called himself this unit a lot. It was really weird.
Okay.
And did he say anything about where he was going after?
Nope, that's the last I saw him. Sold him the Gidgee guns, showed him how to use them. That was it.
Did he talk to anybody else?
I don't know. I didn't babysit the Yurig. I ran my shop.
Do you know where they were staying? At the
Likely somewhere in a tavern or a city. I don't run a tavern. I run a shop that sells things.
Oh no, I totally understand, and you are being so helpful.
I
Thank
just
you
don't know,
so
and you're
very
really
much.
confusing me with all these questions because I just don't know.
I know, but we're just trying to see if you know anything, like related to Zero, not anything at all. I know you are a very knowledgeable man.
No, I'm not. That's why I have piles of stuff to find knowledge.
Well, yeah, you're a knowledgeable man.
I want to like drift
Thought of it
off
that
while they're
way.
having this conversation and see if I can just look for anything magical, just like easily grabbable, just to see what it is.
Yeah, I mean, in the piles, there's interesting stuff just under the surface of this layer of stuff. It's really like if you've been to a dump, very dumpish. There's just junk everywhere, and it's compacted into various piles. So there's probably one close to you that's got, you know, something interesting within 4 inches of the surface. That's my stuff.
Yes.
He doesn't look at you and he's just kind of like, that's my stuff.
I mean, I would assume that it's your stuff if it's
Yeah.
in your shop.
I can sell it to you, but it's not really a grab bag of like, dig around my stuff, please. I have a system. You don't understand it. There's piles and then layers in the piles, and then you're going to mess with the whole system. And it's going to take me like
Is
3
there
days to reorganize
anything
it.
else?
I
Is
throw
there
it behind my
anything else
shoulder
that
to a
you
different
can
pile.
Tell us that is of use.
No,
Goblin.
there's nothing. You got your stuff, and now I have to fix the pile, and I will kindly ask that you leave.
Before we go, I'm just wondering if you have any
Make,
interesting items.
make the pile destroyer leave. He's irritating me.
I'm sure
He is our friend.
He's
and
not my
I
friend,
paid you.
and no,
He
you
is
paid me
my
for a
friend.
book. You paid me
My
for a
friends, I
book.
don't think we're
I
getting
paid
any more
you
information
well
out of this
much.
guy.
Now you
I
paid me
think
for a
we
book.
should just we should
Well,
just
it
go, I think.
seems like Maxibiel had a question. The last one.
She can ask it, but the weird pile destroying man cannot. He can leave.
Want to know if you have any artifacts, please? What magic-y stuff do you have?
I will happily show it to you, nice lady, if you make the bad man leave.
I'm just standing there.
Bad man, if I find something nice for you, I promise I'll give it to you.
Oh, all right.
Thank you, bad man.
I'll tap her with the enhance ability on my way out. Just
Find something interesting.
Oh, you betcha.
Intelligence.
Did you just get
Is
Minnesota?
Rosita in Minnesota?
I did.
Oh,
I got
you
Minnesota
betcha.
there for a second.
You betcha there. Oh boy.
Oh,
Don't
boy.
you know?
We're gonna make us some hot dish and we're gonna invite everyone over for the game, don't you know? I'm married into a family of Minnesotans. Let's go. Okay, Maximiel. There's a ton of junk. Okay, just an absolute overwhelming amount of junk. However, since you made the bad man go, he'll show you his good stuff and kind of go through a few of the things that he has available. And I need you to roll a D100 for me.
Okay.
Ooh.
I dropped it. I'll just get another one. The perks of having a lot of dice.
Perks of being a goblin talking to a goblin.
Okay, that is 83.
Okay, we're gonna go on that list then. Okay, I need you to roll me another D100.
56.
Okay. Go by alphabetized here.
He's got a lot of stuff, doesn't he?
There's a lot of stuff. He starts throwing a bunch of crap out to you, and some of it appears broken. Used to be magic at one point, has lost its magic, is just destroyed in all sorts of various different ways.
I hide behind Turok so he can catch the random debris.
You eventually he pulls out a little sack of 6 lumps of something. And you go, these are really nice, but I don't like chocolate. But you could have them. They're cool.
Oh,
You could buy them off me though. I mean, I mean you buy them from me. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll sell them to you for 2 gold.
Oh, I don't know. 2 gold. What? Dorian, what do you think? And I open them up. What's inside?
They look like little chocolate turtles.
What are they?
Little chocolate turtles.
I'm asking the goblin.
Chocolate turtles. Magic chocolate turtles.
Magic? What kind of magic?
Good, delicious magic. The best kind. I don't know, make you tough or something. I don't know.
Make you tough.
Because you've been so helpful. Here, you can have the 2 gold. Yeah, I'll take this too.
Oh, thank you.
you so very much.
I'm so very excited.
I know. I totally overpaid for those, but that's fine.
Well, we'll see, maybe.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well,
Alright. Thank you. This is really cool.
You're
We should
welcome.
Get the bad man to identify these.
yes.
And I put it in my bag.
All right.
Just
Try
do whatever you want with him,
class
just don't bring him back.
And, okay. I think it's time for us to leave.
So I'm going to add unidentified item to your inventory. Unidentified chocolate turtle.
As
You have 6 of them.
as Tarak leaves, he just kind of looks at the others. Thank you. I may have strangled that little guy if you hadn't helped out.
As we leave, I kick over a pile.
Hey!
And you just start slamming, and you hear the door lock behind you as he starts digging through piles.
Tarak's taking a look at the book. What language is it written in?
This one is written in a language that is checking right now to see if you read it. You don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Tarak holds it to Soren.
Soren is in halfling.
Oh, lovely.
Of
Second time that's coming used.
Of course, you just handed it to Soren. I'm like,
I just have a weird moment of staring at it. Just
What?
It's all
what is
connected.
this?
Oh, it's in halfling. It's in halfling.
And
the
halfling,
same.
like that.
Like the other book, yes,
Food
I'm starting to
guide.
worry.
And this is not another food guide, is it?
It is not another food guide.
Oh, thank God. The Urig's favorite feasts.
Oh, because sometimes the little. Okay.
Wait, what?
I'm just theorizing on why it's written in halfling.
You know that I don't.
So what?
What is it?
What
What's
is it?
inside of it?
I don't know.
What's
He
the
won't tell me.
price?
He's writing.
He's got his checking my notes face on.
It
Yes.
is, because this is way back.
Oh boy. Alright, I'll just sit and vibe to the Fable music.
It is on the discovery of Urig. And it's written by Borden Underfoot of Dragahode.
By Borden Underfoot.
Of Dragahode.
I can never remember how to spell that, but cool, yay. Oh, it's a book about the discovery of Urig, and it's from the same place that Diggin was found. What if they all come from there?
How? Perhaps how old is this book? Can you tell? Is there a date it was written?
Can I tell that? Does it have like a printing press number or like year or anything like that?
Josh, how old did we decide out of character really quick? Just when Diggin got discovered, it was back in the War of the Faceless.
He is 118 years old.
So this would have been written about 103 years ago.
About a century old.
This book is gonna be about Diggin, isn't it?
It's probably going to be about Diggin.
Yeah, it is.
This
Can I like
As
flip
you
to like
start-
a middle section?
As you start flipping through, this is literally about the discovery of a cache of Urig chassis and the awakening of one that joined their group. It discusses a whole structure underground in some cave system where there were about 50 or 60 of these things in varying states of decay and disrepair, and one of them came to life and came back to the village and started helping them out and learned their language and became an assistant to most of the people in the village, and eventually they took up a job as a grave tender and started going by the name Diggin.
Slowly creak my head to look at the two of them. We need to go to Dragahode. There's more of them.
Oh my god, there's. Can we turn them off somehow? Like, are they on? Is there a way we can like totally deactivate them?
And
It talks
are
about
they
one
all
of them
like,
turning on.
Are they all like Diggin, or are they?
I don't know. They said they found a cache. There was a bunch of them, about 60, and then one of them turned on and just started walking around the village. That's Diggin. That's our friend.
But they were in states of decay, so maybe the good one is the prototype that was made because it's supposed to be hardier and last longer. The rest of them were just normal household ones. Is that possible? Or are we going to deal
That does not line up with my understanding of prototypes.
I would
Yeah, I
sort
know.
Yeah, I think that is probably a whole cache of the prototypes.
A whole cache.
of
Shit.
Diggins or of Galaxolins?
Assassin Yurix.
Assassin Yorigs, yes. Oh, fuck. I was having such a
What-
good day.
What's the name of this place again?
Dragahode. Is deep in the south, if I recall correctly.
Very deep in the south.
Where's my map?
It's about the most farthest
Most
south.
south.
It's the most south island in the world.
Well, hell. Looks like we're going south.
I'm sorry, man. Some banjo twangs just went off on my head when you were.
It's that one little island that's like beyond the like at the very, very bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my friends, perhaps we're thinking about this wrong.
Are we?
Diggin, yes. Well, but perhaps maybe I'm
Music.
just being too hopeful. But what if they could be on our side? I mean,
I suppose, but I don't like our odds of going and finding a giant cache full of assassins and hoping that they're friendly.
Or
They're
worse,
purpose-built for killing stuff.
I mean,
What
we
if they
don't
are
know-
friendly and then we bring them to life and then suddenly Galexilin has a whole bunch of extra bodies he could like jump
But-
into or something?
but
However, Uric works.
yes, we don't know that. I thought maybe Galaxilin could possess, for the lack of a better word, just one of them, not a whole army.
That is a horrifying thought. I do not want to fight an army of that thing.
But if
I don't want to fight one of them.
if we could have an army of Urics be on our side, that could be a fantastic asset.
Are we willing to take the risk of an army of assassin Urics getting through us and destroying an entire halfling city? Are we all ready to take that up if we're doing this?
Well,
That blood would be on our hands. All of them.
that is a bleak thought, but that
But it's not
nobody said
unrealistic.
that can happen. Wow.
We have to be prepared for the worst. I want to have an army of assassin droids on my side.
Okay, how about this? How about we continue trying to find that zero? Perhaps you may have more insights. I do not want to give up on the idea of the Yoriks helping us.
From that little creature that you paid, did you get any sense of time in terms of like when he saw this other Yurik?
Oh,
I think
we
he said
actually
that,
all
right?
know.
Yeah, didn't
We-
he say like a few months ago?
Yeah.
Did he?
6 months ago, he said then, or
That soon? Oh my god.
yeah, because that's
Don't
when
That's
they
when
were.
the other party went through.
Well, and
That was
they
a few
were.
months ago.
I mean, he was,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ah.
and that's when they were hired, right?
Yeah, to capture Melindra.
Right.
Dragahode.
I had hoped that perhaps even if he didn't know, that he would be able to point me to somebody else who that Zio interacted with, but it seems like that trail has gone cold.
Hmm.
But perhaps it can be reignited in the city.
Perhaps.
Okay.
What does it say
I
towards
think-
the end of this book? Like if I flip all the way to the last few pages.
It talks about Diggin wanting to explore the world and undertake new adventures. They had a trade ship that had come to the island whose next destination was Busat. And they had talked about Busat before and stories had been told, and Diggin decided they wanted to go to Busat
Okay.
and see more about the world.
Nothing, no ending in bloodshed and anything like that.
Nope. Diggin
Okay.
left the village peacefully. And
Okay.
in the entire time they were there, so this book was, written 103 years ago. But the last date is about, this is written over the course of the War of the Faceless. So it goes for about 3 decades.
Okay.
And it's really about 15 years ago when Diggin leaves is the last entry.
And
And
he
it-
was hanging out there for like a solid 80 years then.
I think that's what we said. Yeah, just clarifying, Josh. He was
Yep,
there for a long time.
At least
Yep.
Long ass time. All right.
And then
generations.
very recently he took off and left to go to Busan, like within the last couple decades.
Okay.
And
Cool.
there may be another reason to at least find out what's going on there. Perhaps over the last 15 years, the other Diggins became functional as well.
Make
What we're dealing with.
a just a quick investigation check. I want to see how lucky you get as you're flipping around Soren.
Okay.
No, sorry.
Not great. 12.
It's really just for luck.
16.
So with a 16, you get lucky on a couple passages, and you're flipping through. Early on, you read that Borden goes back to the cache and they like tries to look at some of the other ones, and none of them really do anything. And then eventually, about 2/3, 3/4 of the way through the book, there's an entry where Borden talks about taking Diggin with them back to the cache to see if they can figure anything out, and reports nothing weird. Diggin just kind of looks around and talks about, that there's nothing of interest here, that they're whoever these people are, they're not like Diggin, and nothing ever activated again as far as you can tell from those few passages you're skipping around between. This is a couple 100-page book. It's a long account.
Okay. I'll just hand the book back to Turok. Right, well, more on that later, I think. Still have shopping to do. Bit deflated, if I'm being honest.
Maximil, you easily find the same weapon shop that these folks had used before, that will offer to silver your weapon for you. It'll cost you 12 gold in time and materials to get a silver inlay on this weapon, enough to make it count as a weapon for silver effects in the game.
Okay.
So
is it possible that I could barter it down a bit?
yeah, just make a persuasion check for me real quick.
You gotcha.
Soren, get your lip gloss on.
Soren,
Oh boy.
it is St. Gel's Merry Vagrant, but Mardred St. Gel is not in. One of her attendants are working today.
Hey Ben,
Yeah.
how much of a discount does 30 get me?
Does 30 get you?
I rolled a natural 19.
That's nice. 30 gets you a disadvantage from your GM check. So this is me invoking my disadvantage. I'm going to need you to re-roll that with disadvantage.
Oh.
Meanie.
Oh,
Next one isn't as good, but hey, Soren, what does enhanceability give me?
It was on intelligence in case you were going to be like investigating around the shop looking for stuff.
Okay.
I don't know.
In that case, I only have a 14.
14. This poor fellow rolled a 14. And he's the attendant, and he has a -1. So, he'll give you a...
And I rolled a 3.
Oh my god. Good lord. Yeah, he'll give you a 2 gold discount on it. He's kind of just like, the Princess of Katya. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
Yes, ma'am. Right away. We'll have it ready for you tomorrow. Please come back. And is that Soren with you?
Hello.
Him?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Margaret St. Gel talks about him a lot. It's kind of creepy. And he like reaches behind the counter and he holds up this like sketchbook and he opens it and there's very crude sketches of Soren in it done by Margaret.
I'll just take the quill that I use for scribing my book and I'll just kind of walk over and sign it.
Okay.
it seems you made an impression, my friend.
That's got to be worth something for a fan. I did not expect myself to be the one who acquires fans amongst us, but
You smooched the halfling, so.
venturing is a strange life.
And lastly, we'll kind of shift over to Jaeger, who was seeing the town for the first time. But you had sent me a DM, and I appreciate you. Just like since you had some simple stuff you wanted to shop for.
Yep.
You find
High quality smokes.
You find some high quality tobacco, enough for a month's supply, a big old pouch of it to carry with you. Plenty of papers to roll your own stuff. But one of the things that's intriguing to you that catches your eye is a magic fire stick, and they've always got like interesting ways to like make fire, and matches. Matches are a common thing, but this is just a tiny stick-sized wand, and if you hold it up to the end of a smoke,
It's a lighter.
kicks out a little light at the end of it.
Sweet. How much is it?
all in all, the tobacco and everything that you need with you is going to run you about 9 gold. And this
Easy.
is high
done.
quality stuff.
I'm rich. I also do want to buy some special, like, if I can find like a pendant maker,
Sure.
and go find someone to make a custom group of pendants, and it's going to be, hopefully the idea would be a logo that symbolizes the Midnight Parliament for everybody.
Yeah, there's a jewel crafter that'll do it for you and take the order. And what do you want it made out of? Iron,
Ew.
gold, silver, brass, platinum, mithril. And then how big? We're talking like the size of a quarter, size of like a $50.
Yeah, nothing like intrusively large, but maybe I like silver,
Okay.
so it's shiny. I was gonna go platinum. I don't know how much a platinum piece will cost, but maybe platinum. We'll go big. Why not?
Platinum
What-
will cost you, in time and materials to work with platinum, it'll cost you 5.5 platinum to make it for the whole group.
I'll drop it down to silver. I don't want to use that for all of that.
Silver will run you 12 gold total.
Easy. I do want to add gems to it though, like a dark.
Okay.
I don't even know, like a midnight gem. Let me look that up.
Like an opal?
Midnight gem. Opals.
Like a black onyx, maybe.
Yeah, more like a
Black
dark.
onyx.
Or like a deep.
Well, a blue sapphire is what I'm imagining is a dark blue
Dark blue.
sapphire.
18 gold total for everything, then 6 more for the
Perfect.
additional gems.
So then maybe it's just a silver with the gem in the middle and maybe like a MP.
Yeah,
Something cool.
they'll make an MP logo around the gem.
You said 12 gold?
18.
18, sorry.
And it's going to take them about 2 days to finish it.
Perfect.
So after a couple hours of shopping, you all
Do
know,
we know roughly how long we'll be here in the city before we
you haven't asked
reach
yet.
the other one?
No, yeah, until you reach Najambin. You haven't asked yet. But you could ask anybody traveling around town, like most people would know and the guards would know. Najambin is about 3 days ride total.
Okay.
Actually, let me double check the map here. I should check that before I say it. Yeah, Najambin, they'll meet the city in 3 days. All right. But you all know that you have an appointment tonight. Back inside of the Castile residence, the main central structure you've been in before for the city of Rosita, for a dinner with, before I accidentally said Maribel, Melindra. Like, Maribel's got all sorts of problems. She dead. Melindra Castile and her parents, Belrund and Arme, Belrund. Yeah, it was Belrund and Arme, and then she had a sister, Liliana, who was also someone you had met last time there. Jaeger, you haven't been here before, but everybody else has. You kind of meet back up at the tavern you were staying at, the Moody Troll, and get yourselves cleaned up. There's some more formal attire for you there, but doesn't seem to be any. More formal attire for Maximiel. Everybody else, you were able to attend. Like, no outfits were brought to you. You guys are brought into the large sitting area for the dining room where they welcomed you before. Melindra and Belrund and Liliana, the sister, their army's not there quite yet. I think she was slow last time you guys were there too. She was visiting somewhere else. But they meet you back inside. Belrund, ecstatic to see you. Maximiel gives you a huge hug as soon as he sees you. Oh, congratulations, my little distant niece, on your recent coronation.
Thank you so much. It is really an honor, but
why would you be here though with friends when you have a whole city to run now?
That's a matter for dinner discussion.
Oh, well, very well. I'm starving. I've got plenty of room right here. He pats his huge belly and just kind of leads you all into the next room. Liliana leans in and comments. She's like, I don't know what happened right there, but that is gorgeous. You've got to get my girls to talk to yours. I need to know how you did that eye thing. It's beautiful.
Oh, the tattoo or the scar?
The what? I thought that was makeup.
Yeah. Batran's little friend is a very talented makeup artist.
I would love to meet Batran's friend later. That sounds amazing. You'll have to introduce me sometime.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you don't.
You definitely wouldn't. I want to meet him.
She's very cute.
Liliana does like lean in close, and she gets close enough as well that the medallion doesn't trigger anything. But you're all brought into the larger dining area where there's a lot of cushions and stuff, and Arme walks in from the east entrance as you guys kind of come in from the west and sees everybody and greets you all. It's good to see you all again. Please join us for dinner. And she's possibly a drink or two in already as she sits down with a glass.
Question?
Yeah.
Before we go in, would we be able to have like a quick little moment?
Sure.
Okay, just real quick before we go in, I just wanted to stop Max and just... All right, is there anything we're not telling them? Or is this just all cards on the table?
Teleportation. Don't talk about the teleportation. Don't talk about exactly how much danger we're in on a day-to-day basis. Do talk about just because they'll be worried sick. Don't talk about the Stella Tenuum. Talk about the Ebon Hand.
Got it.
And we're telling them everything that happened in Katya, including Zephin's death.
Good. All right.
Okay. Cut 2.
Okay. So you guys step, like I said, in. Arme has got a drink in hand already and sits down and she's like already waving to a couple people to bring her some stuff. And she's got
I go over to
some
give
food.
her a half hug, say it's good to see her, make sure the pendant dangles against her skin.
She doesn't really, she's never been a big hugger since you've known her. And as you come close, she's like, nice to see you, dear. And she leans back and holds out a hand and just tries to shake your hand. And she's never been, the only person she's really ever touched is Belrund or Melindra or her family. You don't even see her touch servants ever. She's just very uneasy about being touched by people.
I shake her hand.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Can I, not technically touching her, but can I do the French kiss, fake kiss on either side like that, just to get a little closer? Obviously not touching her, but just giving a little
Yeah, as you scoot in, she pushes off her chair and scoots back.
Sorry, I'm just used to the Katian greeting.
No, Maxbill, it's quite all right. Sorry, I've been out in the gardens all day and I'm unclean, and please don't just sit, enjoy. It's good to see you again, dear.
It's good to see you too. Can I I'm going to cast subtle spell
Sure.
message to Soren and be like, hey, can we get a vibe check on her? She doesn't like hugs. She's not touching the symbol, but she also doesn't like hugs. I want to make sure that she's just doesn't like touching.
I can respond, can't I?
Yes.
Message?
Yeah, yep. And you can do it in your head, so there's no... She uses subtle spells, so nobody has any idea, and you can respond.
Okay. And see if you can move around behind her at some point so that the necklace dangles near her.
Maximiel just randomly nods.
Okay.
And from that point on, I'm just eyes locked on this woman.
Sure.
I don't even care if it's weird. I'm going to stare at her.
You can go ahead and make an insight check if you'd like.
I would like to. Sure. Yeah! It's actually decent. Oh, that's actions. Dirty 20.
Excuse me. Let me see here. I need to quickly just do something really quick. Plus, I'm doing mental math because I didn't actually have this character statted out. Sorry. You said dirty 20?
Mm-hmm.
The insight kind of vibe you get is that she just does not like being around people, period.
Okay.
She seems like she's hiding things, but what royalty does not is kind of the thing you get.
Okay. So I'm just gonna keep eyes on her and watch and wait and see if Max can scoot behind her so that she can get the necklace close without like having it be a frontal confrontation.
Sure. So they invite you all to sit. Max, are you sitting initially for dinner with everybody else?
Oh, yes, but
Okay.
I would also like to make sure that I can greet friendly everyone in the room first. Just,
Well,
oh, it's so good to see y'all again.
so the people in the room with you for family is Liliana, Belrund, Arme, and Melindra, the Castile family, and 3 of them
Okay.
you've already greeted.
Okay.
The
good.
staff kind of comes in, a couple of the Viscounts like pay their respects to you briefly, and they come over and you give them the Katya greeting, and they they're kind of like, oh, okay, yes, thank you, Highness, and they all lean in for the hugs, and
Okay.
yeah, they're totally fine with it.
Okay.
But dinner progresses. Wonderful multi-course meal, figs, roasted fruits, just like a whole bevy of different meats available from around the region and farther. Now that they're kind of closer to Basat, this is kind of the time where the desert fare is what's really being consumed, because they're coming around to where they restock for most of everything else from around the world. So all the really exotic stuff to Ashahoya is not available. This is like the stuff. This is the food you grew up on as a kid. Like, this is the stuff you're used to. And it's all delicious, really good. Does anybody not eat? I mean, I don't think there's any concern from anybody so far. Yeah. So you guys continue on having this really nice, wonderful meal. There's conversation about what the group of you have been up to. There's some prying questions about, the things that you may or may not have seen since leaving Katya, and like why you took off so soon after your coronation. But as you discussed earlier, no secrets revealed, trying to keep everything on the up and up. So let me get a group deception or performance check. Your choice. This is just trying to pass this group lie of, we haven't been doing anything super duper important. We're just hanging out and doing stuff together.
Would you like me to do that, guys?
No, this is every
each
person.
We all have to do it.
Everybody
Gotcha.
needs
Okay,
to
I
do
thought
it.
it was one person making it for the group.
Nope. As you all kind of engage in conversation and chat around the table.
Is this a ability check or saving throw for someone sensing my personal motives, emotions, or reading my thoughts?
Sure, your personal motives. Yeah, they haven't met you
I
before.
have advantage. Hell yeah.
All right. So seating around the table too, Belrund and Arme are at the front, and then so if this is Belrund and this is Arme, it's Belrund, and then Melindra sits next to him, and then Maximil gets seated next to Melindra. So you're a few people away still, and then next to Arme is Liliana, and then the rest of the group around that circle. So nobody's directly next to her. Let's see what everybody
18.
got.
I got a 14.
Also 14.
18, 14, 14. Okay.
And that was a 4 with the -1 for tracks.
Oh no.
8. So for a total of 3.
And it was a 2 for Doran with a +3 to his charisma for a 5.
Okay. Jaeger?
I got a 9 and a natural 19, so +1, dirty 20.
Nice.
Maximil?
Nice.
What'd you get, Maximil, again?
Oh, I got an 18.
18. As a group, Doran and Turok falter a few times. And Doran's like, yes, this one time we went into this labyrinth with a scorpion. I mean, we saw a scorpion in the desert, as like Jaeger's like, elbow. And Turok briefly starts to talk about Ejun, and then immediately Soren's like, yes, the tales of Ejun. We heard so much about it traveling through your lands. And most of you recover for the little slip-ups of Doran and Turok, but for the most part, everybody seems above board, and the meal is going splendidly. They're having a wonderful time catching up with you and chatting. And it kind of starts to pull to a bit of a close.
Thank you so much for your hospitality,
It's the least
entourage.
we could do.
And I really do appreciate it, but unfortunately, I think it's time to talk a little business, if that's all right.
Oh, well, I would not expect anything less from a trade princess of Katia. Please, go on. And he snaps his fingers, and a dessert wine is brought in. That's something that's stored and kept very carefully amongst your people. They ship it in from some of the grapes that have the first frost on them. And as the grapes get that very first frost, the vines inject with additional sugars and make a very, very sweet dessert wine. And it's kept for special business conversations in Ashahoya.
I would like to wait until we are alone in the room.
As is
Before
tradition in Ashahoya, the dessert wine is served. All the servants leave the room and close the doors so that you may discuss business. Well, now that the wine is served, to business. He takes a small sip. These are about 3-4 ounce glasses that are placed in front of each of you.
I just swish mine around in its glass because she's nervous. Yeah, okay. She looks to the group. What should I start with?
The important one.
Okay.
The important part, yeah.
Okay. Do you know of a group known as the Ebon Hand?
Ebon Hand? No, never heard of them. I'm sorry. It's not something I've heard of. Should I have heard of them? Are they dangerous?
Can I check that?
Absolutely. Make an insight check for me.
Insight check that.
Yes. 18 plus 8. That's a 26.
So
Jaeger's also watching everyone's reaction, just sits up.
Belrind rolled a 1. He very clearly has no idea who the Ebon Hand is.
Really?
He's interested. Should I be worried about them? Is that something I should be concerned with?
Yes.
Arme rolled a little bit higher. What was your total?
Mine?
Yep.
26.
She missed you by 1. So you notice she adjusts uncomfortably in her chair.
Let's go back to fixating on her for a bit.
So why should I be concerned with this group, the Ebon Hand?
I believe that they're attempting to gain control of some Ashahoyan cities and possibly moving on to Busat and whatnot.
That would be a feat. Nobody has ever overthrown the entire citizenry of Ashahoya.
No, but
No.
they overthrew Katia.
How did they overthrow Katia? been...
I'm looking at Arme right now.
Mhm.
Does she seem nervous? Other than what everyone else looks like, is her reaction any different?
She adjusted uncomfortably, and now she's intently fixated on you.
Wait, Arme or Melinda?
Arme.
Arme.
Melindra is the Jewel of Rosita, the girl that you guys met that came picked you up. Arme is Belrin's
Right, my
wife.
bad.
And she is intently fixated on you, Maximiel.
Oh boy. Sorry. And she stands up and kind of begins to pace as she speaks. It's really a terrible thing that has happened, and she's making her way around the backs of everyone's chairs, just kind of touching it, and she's acting like she's really nervous as she's saying this. But if Melindra is good at noticing things, she notices that Maximiel's eyes are like trained on her.
Mm-hmm.
And Max kind of just stalls a bit, saying that it's bad, that, there were guards involved, and that, Maximiel was fearful of her life. And then she gets to behind where Arme is.
When you're within 2 steps, she says a word in Ashahoyan that you recognize. That means viper. And immediately Belrin stands up and draws a weapon from his waist and holds it up. I'm assuming there is a very tense reaction across the table and all weapons are drawn.
Yeah.
They're there.
Staff.
Belrin stands between you and his wife. My dear. And Arme kind of looks up. Do you know what you do, Maximiel? Are you sure of your course of action?
Elaborate for us. What is our course of action?
She's staring at Maximiel, ignores what Soren says. Are you confident you want to do this?
I don't want to fight.
She kind of speaks up for a moment to her husband. Do you remember that thing that we said when we first met, my dear, that if you ever questioned who I was or there was any concern that we could tell each other this story to validate who we are? And he goes, why, yes. And she leans in for a moment and whispers something to him. And he nods. Then looks back to you. Puts his weapon away. And Arme says, do what you wish. She's standing about 3 feet from you now, Maximiel, just inviting you to do what you were going to do.
Do you mean them any harm?
No. I mean no one harm.
Can I insight that? I know she's not talking to me, but...
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay. Oh god, that went very far. But that's a 15 plus 8. That's 23.
She doesn't intend harm to anybody. She's...
Okay.
Let me see her insight really quick. 1 second. What was your total?
23.
Nice, she only got a 19 there. No, she's mostly just nervous for herself.
Arme. Did you know what was happening with me and Katya?
No, but what you're alluding to is very concerning to me. So I'm interested to see what you're about to do.
Put the weapons away.
You knew nothing of phenomancy then?
No. I've learned a little since my time, but I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Are you with the Ebon Hand? And she's going to expend another sorcery point.
Sure.
To ask that through message.
She responds aloud. No.
No, what?
She's still staring at Maximilian.
Maximilian takes a step back.
You don't have anything you wanted to do to me?
I do. But you're not my enemy.
No. But I'm interested to see what you were going to do. Please, continue.
You want this? Because I will just walk away and we can continue the conversation.
You've opened the door, little princess.
She'll put her necklace off and put it on her hand and just reach forward as to handshake. It's wrapped around her wrist slightly, so it'll be hard to take away.
The rest of you watch as Arme considers it for a moment and reaches her hand out over the amulet. Now seeing it, she has a strange smile across her face. And her hand shimmers briefly, and something changes. But then she takes her hand back, reaches into her shirt, and pulls out a medallion of the Stella Tenuum. And as she reaches up to her face, she touches it briefly, and a mask is pulled off, and the illusion fades, and standing before you is a Farallon woman. My name is Azra Sabari Ilian Thane, and it's a pleasure to meet you, Maximiel. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna need the name again in typing.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna.
That's a name and a half.
That chat message is what I was waiting for, right there.
I wasn't sure if it was Maximiel's notion to try to get her to touch the pendant, but I was going to have Spackle appear behind her and scare her into her and hug her or whatever.
I put it in the chat there. I put it into Twitch chat on accident, but as a shout out to me saying I was going to break multiple people across 2 games, that is Parmina Thane's long lost missing mother from our Sunday game.
That's cool.
Oh boy.
Thanks everybody for hanging out. And do we have 2 minutes, people, for something you don't see?
Yes.
Fuck, don't do this to me.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, we do.
We're gonna be off next week.
do.
I can't handle this.
Yes, do it.
Give it.
Come on, do it. Do it now.
Do it now. Come on. All right, fine.
What you don't see.
Do it.
What you don't see is later that evening, after dinner, in the darkened alleyways near the entrance to the underside of the city of Rosita, and some kids, teenage boys, talking, playing. They'd happened to find a bottle of wine, or traveling through the streets, joking and enjoying the day's spoils, a few gold between the group of them that they managed to scrounge from different people, silver from people they managed to scrounge that they're going to live off of for the next few weeks. And they're running through the streets and eventually enjoying themselves, running down these different alleys, laughing about their activities for the day, run into a group of individuals. A little bit larger and a little more intimidating than they are. They turn quickly down some of the alleys, trying to duck under and lose them. And eventually, they get cornered by this group of 6 larger men who look down on the boys, a little bit drunk still with their coin. What do you guys want? The bigger guy. You took what's not yours, son. You know that was belonged to the boss. Why don't you hand it over, and maybe I'll cut you a little less tonight. And I don't hear any music if there's anything playing.
There isn't.
Okay, good. And as the older boys pull out knives and blades and start walking menacingly, a shadowy figure drops behind them from the rooftops. The boys look behind the older ones and kind of stare into the darkness. The bigger ones, what? Nothing's gonna save you. And someone from behind, I think maybe he will. In a flash, the knives go out and turn around behind them, looking for something in the darkness. As a shadowy figure moves behind them, suddenly, a scream in the night as one arm is grabbed and the elbow is snapped the wrong direction, bones protruding from the arms, and the first of the screams begin. In a flash, these 6 muggers going after these poor young boys who may have not been in a good position themselves find themselves on the wrong end of a terrible beating. The boys watch as this masked and hooded figure moves between the crowd, cracking one in the jaw, dislocating it, and teeth go flying out as the man groans to the ground, but it's not enough. The dark boot comes out to the neck and stomps, breaks him, and he lies dead on the ground. The other 4 backing up, trying to get a circle around him. He looks at the group. You don't want to be here. And they charge at him. And he grabs individually between the groups of them, reversing one blade into the heart of the first man, taking the second one that steps forward, cutting the neck of another one that's charging, whips the blade around backwards, throws it into the eyes of the third, and just the leader is left as he walks forward, cracks him in the nose, grabs the weapon with the other hand, and takes it across his stomach. The 3 boys watch as these men that were about to mug them lie bleeding and dying in front of them. They look up. Thanks for saving us, mister. No problem, kids. And as they go running, the masked figure, dark hood up, reaches down, grabs a handful of blood, and draws NW on the ground before leaving.
Interesting.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We are off next week. We have a lot of people traveling. We've got a Comic-Con that we're hanging out at, I think. You guys are at Power Ranger Con, Power Morphicon, is it?
Power Morphicon.
Got 3 at Power Morphicon. We've got 2 hanging out with his family, or a couple of Power Morphicons, a couple hanging out for family, like leaving and traveling. So we're off next week. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Back.
Ooh. Maybe World Building Day?
Yeah, but next week, however, that is right. We did talk about this. The 3 of us that are still here, me, Josh, and Nate, are probably going to just hop on and stream a World Building Monday in lieu of the actual game. So if you want to hang out with us and talk world building in Cyorion, in other worlds, and just bounce ideas as we chat and enjoy a more casual Monday stream, please come hang out and chat with us. Thanks everybody for coming in and following today. We are 8 followers away from 50 people following the stream.
Ooh.
So thanks everybody for hanging out. We really appreciate you guys coming back week after week. It's been amazing to watch the stream grow and hang out with you guys and chat. So please join our Discord, talk with us in the off time, see this amazing art.
It's a ton of fun.
We'll catch you guys all next time.
Toodles.